Yeah. They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to demonstrate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate.
Okay.
They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down. No, got a told you to myself. Yeah, why would I get rid of? Why do they want to come take my place? I work too hard for it. Don't need a replacement. Never got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moment was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Starting off bad, I be trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go all out in break. Living the life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it can't do. I ain't made it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody, yeah. I had to tell them straight, yeah. I had to
Salute, Jackie. Salute, Jonathan 97.
The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah. I had to delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate. Elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah, I had to elevate. Ooh, yeah, why they wanna bring me down? So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't come it down. Yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't slow it down. Oh, yeah. I see the flashing lights. Make sure the fashion right, yeah. I'm in my bag tonight, yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up a foreign. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud, you can ignore it. Yeah. This the highlight for the few. You can have it all, no need to choose. First, let me demonstrate how you can rise to the top. Yeah, I had to elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah, I had to elevate.
All right.
The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.
2-1-2, all clear.
I had to set them straight. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate.
Mic check. There we go.
They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate.
Mic check. We in here.
1, 2,
we live.
2. Yes, sir.
We got a couple people in here. Not too many.
just
I did kind of pop up on you guys.
Let me smash that like button myself so we can get that started. Let's see, we got 3 watching. That's what's up. All right.
We're doing this a little sound a little bit, jumping into it, but it ain't gonna change. The content will get created. Shout out Jackie Hernandez. Salute, Jackie. Thanks for showing up. What's up, Bruce Gas? Thanks for showing up. Salute. There we go. Yeah, we got a couple of things to talk about today. How you doing there, Ray? You coming in clear? You hear me?
Yeah. You see how dark I got, right? Unfortunately, I'm still light skinned, but I had to get that screen out my face, man. It had me in here. Look.
Fortunately, you still light skinned. Whatever.
Look at this. Got me in here looking all bright, extra yellow.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We got a couple of topics I wanted to touch on tonight. Guys, we're going to be getting a more regular schedule, get an understanding of what time to come on. It's probably going to be closer around this time. Trying to figure out that right window to come in. You know, they got a bunch of other lives going on, and we're giving everybody an opportunity to come in and partake and what have you. But I appreciate you guys for showing up. Got a couple of topics we're gonna be politicking about tonight. A lot of stuff going on in boxing as usual. You know, we had some fights that just happened right over the weekend that passed by, but we got even more stuff. I want to start off by congratulating Alicia Baumgardner. Congratulations, Alicia Baumgardner.
Yes,
coming out. I guess not guilty. It's kind of weird though. Her not guilty is kind of weird. It's like she's not guilty, but at the same time, she's on a year probation. Right?
I think it'll be suspended. The probationary period. It has to be suspended for that.
You think so?
Yeah, they have to. I mean, they have to go through because I think the WBC did that to not the WBC. The other sanctions did that to this guy out in what's his name? The guy Conor Ben. Remember, he got suspended.
Yeah.
And
right.
Sanctions in England suspended him, and he ended up having to come to the U.S. to fight because the WBC was the only one that released his suspension after he was proven he wasn't guilty of usage of PEDs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, they found her not guilty. They did find something in her system. I guess they're trying to say basically that it was some tainted supplements or something that she was using that put her in, you know, that she got. So they did find in her system, and I guess it was a small amount. So they basically found her not guilty at the end of the day. The WBC basically was like, look.
You know what's funny? And Jackie Hernandez, just straight up for you, honestly, no disrespect. When you're doing supplements, a lot of this stuff has testosterone in it or different hormones. Some of it has estrogen for certain things, and you got to know when you're taking stuff. And even though you may not know the technical term of it, you have to still read the ingredients and search those ingredients because you might be taking testosterone. Next thing you know, your hips start going away or stuff like that, and it'd be crazy for real. That's probably what happened to her because look out, she got jacked in like a year, bro. So whatever she was doing,
she was a very muscular girl.
Yeah, I mean, she's still in shape. Listen, she's still in shape. Don't get it twisted. But like, yeah, she much bigger than what she was, and I mean physically bigger. Like she's still making weight, but she brolic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
She put on some muscle for sure. Well, check your supplements, fighters. You guys you know what the rules are. You got to get it tested at the end of the day. Get those supplements tested and checked out before you start putting them in your orange juice and your and your almond milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Get them supplements tested. But happy for you, regardless that she gets to move on with her career. We'll see what she does next. I don't know what she does this. I guess like pulling off maybe an Amanda Serrano or something of that nature might interest her.
Yeah, I'd
be interested in seeing her do that fight. What's up?
Right, I'm just plugging my phone up. Where is it?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'd be interested in seeing her do something like an Amanda Serrano. I know everybody wants to see her up in there with Clarissa Shields, but I think there's a lot of moving parts to something like that getting put together, and I'm not going to get my hopes up but too high. Not yet, at least. I think something that's more in reach for her is something like an Amanda Serrano type of fight. So we'll see what she decides to do. We'll be there to cover it for sure. So, what do you want to start off here, man? There's so many things going on at one time.
Wow. What's the biggest thing to talk about? I mean,
there's big things to talk about. Do you want to talk about the big things first, or do we like kind of like get the little things out the way?
Let's kick it with Canelo.
You want to go Tio?
You want
Canelo?
Oh, well, let's touch base on that a little later.
So you want to do Tio or later?
Right. No, we'll do that later.
Okay, so let's do it. So Canelo, I guess, is in the news. It's getting about that time for Canelo Alvarez. Usually around the Cinco de Mayo, we expect.
This is what I get. Look, come here.
Hey, you.
Now get out of here. Yeah, go to bed. You got school tomorrow.
Make sure they safe. Keep close.
Yeah.
But Canelo's getting around that time. It's the new year, and he usually tries to pop in the game around Cinco de Mayo area, right? That's usually
right.
what he tries to do.
It's 2 fights a year, definitely 2.
Right. So it's about time for him to nail down an opponent. I think for the most part, most people that I know, and I'm pretty sure you're on the same page, we know who we want to see Canelo fighting. We want to see him in there with David Benavidez, right? Absolutely. But as usual, as it seems to be Canelo's MO at this point, he's really determined. It looks like from the outside looking in, it looks like he's real determined to not fight David Benavidez. and we're dealing with whoever he wants to fight, right?
Yeah. Listen, the way I see it, he could definitely beat David Benavidez. I'm not saying he can. I mean, he will. I'm saying he can. Let's be clear. But at the end of the day, he's definitely I don't want to say avoiding. I think his 3-fight deal is his carry out for Top Rank. He got that big bag. So I think he's just trying to save David Benavidez for last. Win or lose, he's retiring. That's my opinion. But he did get a 3-fight deal. I mean, it's similar to Bud's deal. I think Bud had a 2-fight deal or also a 3-fight deal. I'm not really sure. But it's the same thing. Like, get their fights in and then go from there. So I hope, you know what I mean? Either way, I hope it carries on and stuff. So, you know what I mean? Like, I hope we get that Benavidez fight. But if he does happen to fight, what was it reported also Jaime Mungia? Is that the
I guess that's what's in the news right now is they're trying to line up a potential Jaime Mungia fight. Jaime Mungia has a fight against who's he getting ready to fight? Jaime Mungia is getting ready to have a fight actually soon.
Let's pull it up.
Is it Ryder? John Ryder, right?
Yeah, John Ryder. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
He's getting ready to fight him. And when is that fight? Do you know?
I'm about to pull it up right now.
Let's see if the dates can align or match up. You know what I'm saying? With that happening, I know it's going to be on the zone. Jaime.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's so funny? Yo,
what's up?
Saturday the 27th.
Oh, it's coming right up.
It's coming right up.
Right.
So he got to win this fight. He got to win this fight.
I mean,
to get
exactly.
Yeah. This ain't gonna make no sense. So
he should win though. He should win.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if he gets through him, which I'm sure the world is expecting that to happen, it looks like they're going to be trying to line that up. Me personally, well, Karma says she thinks this weekend. Is it this weekend or next weekend?
27. Well, Jaime Mungia is 27. I got it right here. Super middleweight.
All right, so it's next weekend.
Yeah, it's next weekend.
Right.
Yeah. 2
weeks. Not this weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not so interested in that fight. You know what I mean? I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but I'm really just not that interested in that fight. I mean, we're gonna watch it, whatever, right? And I'm not talking about the Jaime Mungia John Ryder fight. I mean, I mean that fight. Honestly, I'm probably more interested in that fight than the Canelo.
No, that's what I'm saying. For real, like, yeah, that's a good fight right there.
Right? Yeah, I'm interested in that fight.
Remember, John Ryder was putting hands. He was putting hands with Canelo, so you know that'd be a good fight.
Right. This would be good. Maybe this fight that Jaime's about to do next weekend will get me interested in the Canelo. How about that?
There you go.
Maybe if that fight's a great fight, that'll raise the interest a little bit in Canelo and Jaime going at it. And look, at the end of the day, maybe that's what Canelo's waiting on as well to pull the trigger on him. Maybe he's trying to see if he can build build some excitement out of them guys seeing a fight. But I'll be honest with you, like Christian Mibley, who fought this past weekend, I'm borderline more interested
They was
in that fight, right? Than John Ryder. I mean, than Jaime Mungia.
You know what I like with that fight? David Morrell won.
You think so?
That dude like to bang out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got somebody like that that's not afraid to take shots. It's a good test for him. Right.
And it's a stylistically good fight for Canelo because Canelo likes to bang out. You know what I mean? He likes to throw them hands.
Yeah, Canelo don't want to fight him. Yeah, no. I think Morrell be a better look for him.
Right. Look, Karma Serene says absolutely not. Canelo needs to fight is mandatory. We right here with you, Karma. At the end of the day, that is a fact. That's who we need to see him fight is David Benavidez. But it does look like, you know, at the end of the day, Canelo gonna do what he wants to do, right? So I don't know how to us as fans sitting on the outside looking in, what can we do but make our thoughts heard and see what he does with it. But I mean, honestly, I'm not very interested in fighting, and I agree with you too, Bruce Gass. He says Mibley should be fighting Berlanga. Yeah, I think those are the kind of fights that or Jaime can fight Berlanga too. I don't care. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? What is he saying? If I'm Benavidez, I'm sitting out for September fight. LOL.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm telling you, that's just he got it.
I would want some confirmation for real before I did something like that.
Because Benavidez can take that Morrell fight in between too, and however that goes, winner gets Canelo in September.
Right. I mean,
That's a good way to work it out. And then,
so you think that David should sit it out and wait till September?
I think he should take a fight, but it should be David Morrell. Let's get that out the bag. Unless he's just afraid to lose to him, and he don't that's too risky. I don't want to go there, lose my title shot. You know what I mean? Like, it all depends on how he looks at it, because it's not that they're afraid of each other. Let's get it straight. When I say afraid, I mean they're in a basically they're positions to win and get title shots. Why risk losing my title shot to a guy? Regardless, if I beat him, I'm not afraid of him. If he slips up I slip up, he beats me. He slips up and beats me. Whatever the case may be, that's what we don't want. You know what I mean?
Right,
so at the end of the day, we want that. We want good fighting at the end of the day, and I just don't care because I'm not afraid of L's. You know what I mean? Like I live through those days.
I'm more so getting nervous with inactivity. I don't like inactivity.
Right.
I don't like sitting out and waiting on people to give us fights. And I think that's not good for the fighters. I think this past year and the end of the year in particular we've seen a lot of fights turn out weird because of quote unquote inactivity. You know what I mean? Waiting on other fighters to become available or become interested in fighting you. I think that's kind of I'm not really interested in that so much. I've already said earlier in the year that I wouldn't be mad if David Benavidez, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
After September, make a run of light heavyweight if they're not acting right. If the sanctioning bodies aren't going to put no pressure on Canelo, he's just going to do what he wants to do. I have no problem with making run at light heavyweight and seeing if he can get some titles up there. But hanging out down there in super middleweight with Canelo being the king of everything and just allowed to do whatever he wants to do, I think that's exhausting as a fan to watch happen. I could only imagine how it feels for him to have to live it, at this point. Shout out Bruce Gass. We definitely got that on your agenda, man. The Saudis are definitely, listen, man, we're going to talk about it. Trust me, we're going to talk about it. But yeah, that's what the news is right now. That's what's on the streets, as we might say, that Canelo's looking at possibly fighting a Mungia. I'm not, that's pretty much where it's at. I mean, we can leave it right there. There's nothing else to really jump into.
Who else would he fight though? Let's ask that question. It could be Jamel. Who else he got? And I think Jamel wants to get
Canelo.
Yeah. He only got Jamal. Excuse me, Jamal.
Right.
And
you got
who else?
Jamal. You got I think we said all the names for the most part, right?
Right.
Like
Exactly.
Jamal, Christian Mimbly, Jaime Mungia. You got David. That's about it. Yeah. Unless he goes and gets some, if we go below that, I mean, he's fighting literally nobody.
Right. So
at that point,
let me go to his division. Let me see what he got.
Right.
We got.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
you got Mibley, like you said. He's number one in 2 of the sanctions. Mibley
Mibley would be a decent fight.
Then you got, of course, Jaime Mungia, Diego Pacheco. Mibley again.
That would be I think I like Diego, but I don't know if I want to see him with Canelo right now.
How about it's not so many people in the top 5 that he either didn't fight or, he got Berlanga, but who wants to watch Edgar Berlanga?
Listen, bro.
I'm just saying right now, like.
Nah, I don't. I don't want to see him.
Yeah,
I do not want to.
I'm saying. So,
not at all.
It's like the fighter she already fought, or they got washed by Benavidez or Morrell. Anybody other than that. Man. I think those are the 2 fights he got on his list. I mean, like I said, Jamal's one of them. There's somebody in there. Somebody in there we don't know about yet.
That's usually how it works, right? We don't know about them until he's fighting them. Until
frequent tells us who they are.
That's what it is. Yeah, man. I don't see nobody really, or I mean, obviously David Morrell is always legitimately an option if he wants to do that. I'll look, if he takes David Morrell over David Benavidez, I think that's extra foul to David Benavidez. But as a fan, I don't mind seeing that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't mind, but I think you extra dirty against David Ben. And I'll be honest, it'll just say, okay, you think you could beat David Morrell, you don't think you could beat David Benavidez. Like it'll just sound like that to me at that point.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens. But you know, segueing into the next topic, we got Terrence Crawford, who, you know, it's been an up and down thing with him as far and you know what, it's not about him. I don't want to say it's an up and down thing with him because really I don't know the particulars. You know, we've talked on other platforms about as far as this whole entire rematch clause is concerned and expiration dates and things of that nature. I don't know how much of that is on Terrence. Like if he's still in this rematch clause and it hasn't expired, the contract hasn't expired, I'm going to point a couple fingers at Errol on this. You know what I'm saying? But from Terrence, I guess Terrence's whole thing is he's got at least he's promising one more fight no matter what, at least even if outside of Errol he should be fighting one more fight. You know what I mean? I don't know. Who do you think he'd be interested in fighting at this point? Have we narrowed that down? Uh-oh, he went quiet. He went silencio.
Sorry.
Oh, okay,
had to,
right.
I had to put on mute for a second. Had a conversation
right.
outside of the room. Who was the last question? I'm sorry about Bud.
No, just about Bud. Just, you know what I'm saying, at this point, if he's not going to fight, hey, what's up, Stop Motion? Salute. If it's not going to be Errol, who is it going to be for Bud at this point?
Tim Zhu. Hold on.
It's Tim. It's Tim. I guess he thinks it's going to be Tim. Me personally, I could definitely see a Tim Zhu situation, but I can also see I'm starting to get a little bit more seeing a possibility for Jerome Boots Ennis. I don't know, just something. I'm starting to see a possibility for him going to look to be 3-time undisputed and fighting a Jerome Boots Ennis. I know he stated that he's not in the game plan and he's not part of the plans and he doesn't plan on fighting him. But the more and more I roll around in my head, if Errol Spence is not available to fight and do that rematch, I think it's quite possible to see a Boots Ennis in the conversation. What do you think? Am I bugging?
No, you're not bugging, because if it's right, it's right. It has to be, like I said, the bag has to be right for that fight. I think we talked about this. I don't see Boots and Bud fighting at all. I see him using the WBO, making that fight big in Australia, going out there, getting that bag, and trying to seal the deal on the WBO at 154. Because believe it or not, to me, in my opinion, I think him being a
Lady Shan,
I think
thank you for stopping by. Salute.
Division, him being a 4-division champion makes more legacy and legendary status than him being undisputed for a third time. Because undisputed is a title, but it doesn't make you the greatest. You know what I mean? It just means you beat everybody in one division. If you go up in divisions and you start winning and you're getting belts and titles in other divisions, to me, I think that's more significant than being undisputed. Because that means that you're washing everybody from 135, 140, 147. Now you're washing at 154. Like, look at Pacquiao. What is his legacy built on? Moving up in weight, beating all these guys.
Big dudes up.
And taking the championships in every division he went to. Floyd as well. None of them have undisputed. And they're the bigger names.
So just one more belt in another division in a bigger fight, like a bigger fighter like Tim Zhu. What's up, Jay Cash? What's up, Slime? Slime Way, what's good? Slime, what's good? Notes. Yeah, man. I'm in agreement, man. You know, for the most part, I don't think Jerome Boots Ennis would be it, but I am becoming more. It's warming up to me where I'm like, you know what? There's some legacy benefits in there. If they can get the right amount of money up and make it worth his while. You know, maybe the people who are going to pay Errol the bag, maybe the people who are interested in that Errol rematch might look it over and be like, you know what, we want to bring that Boots over. Let's bring Boots over in there. And we won't give you the same amount of money, but we'll make it comparable to where it'll be worth your time. I don't know. You know,
I got a better one for you.
Mm-hmm.
How many undisputed people can you name off the top of your head from early 2000s?
From undisputed, Bernard.
When did he win it?
Canelo.
Who did he beat to get it? Who did Bernard beat to get it?
Who did Bernard beat to get the undisputed?
Yeah.
Was it? Who did he beat to get undisputed?
That's my point. Oscar. But my point is,
it was Oscar for undisputed.
Yeah, it was Oscar. But you see what I'm saying? Like,
right?
It's undisputed. Now look, who did Pacquiao beat at 154 to get the title?
To get undisputed?
No, to get the title.
I don't know.
I'm not moving
he beat a lot of people to get titles. He didn't just beat one person. Huh?
Yeah. How you talk about moving the goalposts? I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm trying to keep it real. Going up, fighting somebody in different weight classes and being a multi-divisional champion, I think holds more weight than being undisputed 3 times. Because undisputed comes and goes. Like, it's still a championship at the end of the day. You're just holding all 4 belts. And you still have to fight. And if you're holding them like him and not fighting and not being active, what's the point? You know what I mean?
Church. Yeah. Yeah. Forget that. Forget what the records say at the end of the day. And I agree with you. I think defending it is different than just holding on to them. I think you have 2 of them already at this point. If you can go up to 1 more weight class and make it happen, it looks better. It looks better because you're already 2 times undisputed. So, I mean, Tim Tszyu is a legitimate option. Tim Tszyu is a legitimate option, or is there anybody at 160 you can see him going up there to chase down? That makes sense.
Well, there's like a couple of belts up there. He ain't fighting Jamal, bro. Jamal hit a lot harder than Jamil. Right. He's a much more skilled fighter. He got movement, better footwork, stronger jab, nice hook. Yeah, you know, nah. I don't know why Richard. He always. Oh, me.
Yeah, he said you capping, fam. That's why I pulled it up. I'm like Richard Paris over there.
Listen, at the end of the day, Rich, come on, let's keep it real. We all want to. I would love to see Bud fight Boots, but we already know that's not going to happen. We already know that. Like we see, he put it out there. Like, I'm not interested in that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The fans want it, but we're not the ones at the table. Now, it may happen. It could happen. Like I said, if the bag's ready, it can happen. That makes us all happy. But you know what I mean? We got to keep it 100. Like, what's the better move?
Yeah.
Go up, beat this guy. Now this guy got the other belts. Either he got to drop him or fight him. You go take his belts because you already had a beef with him. Now you're a unified champion in 4 divisions.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Hold on 1 second here. Lady Shan said, I noticed people put way more expectations and stipulations on Bud than any other fighter because they want to see him fail so bad. What do you think about that?
We're not talking about this fighter, but I think Devin's in the same boat as Bud.
Right. I think that comes with the job assignment. I think being great or being the best is going to come up with excuses for them and try to shoot holes in their theory. And the quicker you can get them defeated, the quicker you can show the world that they're really not who they say they are. Let me see. Herring wanted me to put the last message up. He said, salute, brother, here from Mazuma TV. He's for sure on the come up with you. Oh, for sure, man. That definitely Mazuma's my guy, bro.
That's the dude there.
That's a fact. That is my guy right there, 100%, man.
Now he would be better off explaining undisputed over moving up in weight classes. He might have a better sense of that. Actually, perfect example. Anyway, just moved up to like 5 weight classes. He was talked about before he even got undisputed. Had like 3 or 4 belts already. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. He had his accolades before undisputed for sure.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how people, they really value, if you're going to value the belt, you value the belt or the sanction you have and who you beat to get that belt. That's really what people really want to see. At the end of the day, you want to see who you're beating to get that belt. And when you're beating them, are you proving that you're the champion that we thought you were? Right.
And I think that proves that he goes up in weight. Man, it's a lot, man. But like I said, I'm feeling Boots a little bit. What happened?
I'm reading Aaron's symbol, his last message. I don't know, man. He tried to start some trouble.
Terrence Crawford, Tommy. Well, hold on. What did he say? Hold on. He said last message. Let me, because I thought I put up the last message.
No. That's another one. It's another one he just dropped. It says,
okay,
once Bud beats the living house. There you go.
Yeah. Once Bud beats a living house out of Jaron Ennis, everyone going to say he's too young. Who did he fight to test himself? He was inexperienced. It would be Floyd Canelo all over again. Wow.
No, it won't be Floyd. You know who it will be?
Floyd Canelo.
No. You know who it will be? No, you know who it will be? His son fights right now. He's one of your favorite fighters right now.
His son fights?
Fernando Vargas. It'll be Fernando Vargas.
Emiliano?
No, I'm just saying it would be Fernando Vargas. The comparison would be Fernando Vargas, not not Floyd Canelo. Remember, Fernando Vargas went like 20 or something like that. No, all knockouts. Got to like 21 with a win. And what happened after that? He got
when Oscar ran through him?
No, he beat Oscar. It was the other dude.
Vargas beat Oscar?
I thought he did, didn't he? I thought he lost his first. Bro. I thought his first loss was to
Fernando.
Did he? Who was his first loss to? Tito, I thought.
Tito, yes.
Okay,
that's who I think it was. Not Fernando.
Tito ran through him because everybody was like, "Oh, Tito can't beat
him." No, he didn't run through him. Tito took off on the later rounds. You remember he won. Not Tito. Oscar took off.
Okay, so Oscar, he did beat him. That was his second loss though. Tito.
So who was his first loss?
Tito. Tito torched him. Tito was that dude.
So who's the second loss?
It was Oscar. And then he lost to Shane, right?
No. I'm talking about Oscar. You talking about Fernando Vargas right now?
Fernando Vargas, yeah.
He did run through him. Yeah, he ran through him. Tito ran through him. I thought you were talking about him.
He embarrassed him because he was this big hype job. So I get what he's saying about like the comparison wise, but if you're going to compare him to a fighter that was up and coming, that was big and had knockouts and nobody thought would lose, that's your fighter.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't do Floyd Canelo. Definitely be Fernando Vargas, Tito, or Trinidad.
Okay. Or maybe Terrence might go get some Canelo. Maybe Terrence might get some Canelo. Maybe. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. Uh-oh.
You never know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting shots thrown at me from the Caribbean islands. Were you in St. Lucia, right?
Yeah.
Richard Paris?
Richard talking about it.
Yo, he giving me the business today.
I think Ray think different after dark. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they're just not seeing it. They're not seeing it. They're not seeing the possibilities. They're not seeing the possibilities.
I'm just listen, this is all hearsay, man. This is all talk. I'm not definitely on there. I got to give options. You know what I mean? Got to give you guys something to think about.
That's it. Things to think about. That's all. We all kind of know what direction to lean in. St. Kitts and Nevis.
Word.
Get it straight.
Yes.
Get it straight.
Yes. No, I got it straight. Listen, that's what's up.
Yo, Heron Symbol says, I love the way Bud fights, man. The way he throws his punches, it's so crisp, smooth, best pound for pound. Yeah, he's definitely a specimen of a fighter. That's for sure.
Okay.
That is definitely for sure, man. Let me see. I knew
it was saying something because I remember talking to him about it. I just wasn't really 100% sure because I think we talked about it on IG. Okay.
But
yeah, no, all respect. He said I'm different after dark. Ain't that crazy? I think I'm the same.
He says I'm not putting Richard Paris says I'm not putting a win over Tim ahead of a UD 3-time off of Boots. So he thinks he thinks that listen, undisputed.
That's a better fight overall. I clearly said that. I'm saying if he feels that Boots is not an option and he wants the money, going the 4-division champion route will be more significant at the end of his career. Like I said, undisputed 3 times. We're gonna talk about it for a month and then it's over. Like that's the way we got to look at it. Yeah, the boots part would be something to talk about if he beats him. But as far as him being undisputed, nobody's gonna really care about that, especially in the same division. If you want to be undisputed, you want to go through divisions and do it. Be honest with you.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
You don't want to be doing undisputed twice in the same division. You rather go up and get it in another division. Right. If anything, it don't mean nothing. You're right, man.
And at the end of the day,
I think at the end of the day, what's nice about it is I think Boots is the most competitive fighter out there for him. And that's, I think ultimately we make excuses in our mind to see that fight happen because we just know it ain't got nothing to do with no damn undisputed. It just has something to do with us wanting to see the best fight. And the best fight is Boots versus Terrence as far as fight. is concerned.
And at the end of the day, like I was saying to you, if it does happen with Boots and it's in the same division, think about it. He never really lost the belts. He was stripped of it, so he really never lost in the ring the belt. So really, is he 3-time? He's only going to get it because he got his belt back,
right? A belt that he never even lost.
Yeah, he never even lost in the ring. So it's like
he's really technically people are going to be like, you still were undisputed. Like, who cares? Exactly. What was the big deal? Yeah, man, it's a lot of decisions for Bud to make. If he's narrowing it down to one fight, it's difficult. You know, if he's narrowing it down to 2 fights, it's difficult. If he's narrowing it down to 1 fight, I think it's even more difficult, especially if Errol Spence isn't in part of the conversation no more. All the pressure just shifts off onto his shoulders now to see what he's going to do. We'll give you your time, Bud. Go ahead, take your time, man. Pick somebody solid, brother. Pick somebody solid, man.
Yeah, listen.
So,
I'll take it. I mean, and then you got your boy out there, your frequent cousin, Blair the Flair out in Philly. Talking
that's frequent. Frequent, that's your cousin?
Yeah, he is. You know, they neighbors. They grew up in the same house.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Talking about he gonna knock Jerron out. He's looking for a fight too.
Yeah, he said he ready to do him early too. He said he said he can get him out of there probably inside the first 3. Early. He said he mess around, he'll be out of there in the first 3. You heard?
That's what he said.
Yeah, I don't know if Jerron's gonna bite on that worm right there. I don't know if he's gonna.
He called Jerron out for like 2 years, man. He ain't paying no attention. He called Earl out before Jerron. He ain't paying nobody paying attention to Blair the Flair.
When was the last time Blair had a fight?
When he had one after he lost to Rocha, but I don't even know who it was, honestly.
Yeah, he been talking more than fighting. Focus on fighting, brother. Get in that ring, man. Find somebody, man. Get in the ring, make a fight happen. So we can get into this Teofimo Jermaine Ortiz fight that's about to pop up on the 8th here in February.
Okay.
Right?
Let's do it.
It's gonna be one of those Thursday night fights again.
I got a comparison on that. Let's talk about this first.
Okay.
Who do you see as a better, and not a better fight, but like a more interesting fight? I think those are 2 different things.
Okay.
Right? Teo Ortiz or Loma and Kambosos.
You said
interesting, not better.
Teo versus Ortiz, you said?
Yeah, he's fighting. No. Teo's fighting Ortiz,
Jermaine?
Right? He's fighting Jermaine.
Yeah, you're talking about Jermaine, right? That's happening. And then what's the other one?
And then you have Loma fighting Kambosos.
Now, which is a better fight?
No, not better. Interesting. What's on stake?
Teo and Ortiz for me. Teo and Ortiz.
Okay, I feel the same way. I just wanted to ask because they're both coming up around the same time, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, Teo is a way, and Ortiz because I think people aren't really knowledgeable. There's more so. I don't think people are very knowledgeable or have understanding of how competitive this fight really is probably going to be. Like, this is going to be a real competitive fight. Jermaine Ortiz is a real dog, man. He really him. You guys, you know what I mean? That fight he had with Lomachenko, a lot of people thought he won that fight. Mm-hmm. This is a big fight. This is a dog-hungry fighter who has a lot to prove. He's been sitting by. He was calling out Shakur at first, but now he's got Teo. Him and Teo have a history in the amateurs. You know what I mean? Like, this fight has some meat to it. And I think this is going to be an interesting fight because just like we've been talking about, and we could bring it up right now, is Teofimo is a sometimes fighter, right? Sometimes he's there in rare form, and then there's other times where it's like we don't even recognize who's inside of the ring. A lot of people would attribute that to a lot of his personal life issues that he's got going on, pointing at mental health issues and things of that nature, or lack of focus. Right. And during the build up to this fight, as this fight is getting closer and closer, I don't think we're all necessarily happy about what we're hearing coming out of Teo's mouth. Right. Like, he doesn't seem to be talking about the fight enough. He's talking about everything outside of the fight. Right.
Correct.
So, I think if you're not focused with somebody like Jermaine Ortiz, he's the upset guy. He's the guy that upsets you because you're making excuses 2 weeks later, like, oh, my ex-wife was playing with me about my kids. My dad was in my ear, blah, 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 blah. And you're making all the excuses because you got stopped or you lost a decision. You know what I'm saying? You lost a majority decision or unanimous decision even. What do you think?
I agree. And you know how I got it. I called this the upset of the year already.
Yeah, you already called it that.
Yeah, I did. I told you. I think Virgil Ortiz goes in there and beats him. Yeah, I think he beats him. Teal, like I said, Teal he's not even into the fight, man. It's like he's looking past this guy. He's calling out Devin already, talking about that's his next fight. Like,
yeah. Shout out Oscar Cardina says a lot of people sleeping on Jermaine, but I got him beating Tio. I think a lot of people who know who Jermaine is, if you want to be honest with yourself, if you're not, you know what I mean, we got to be honest. This is a real competitive fight. This is not, I mean, it's competitive to the point to where I'm giving credit to Tio for not taking an easy fight, because I know Tio knows it's not that he knows that it is a competitive fight. He knows who he's dealing with. He's not dumb. He knows he's running up against a dog. And that's where I start to feel like, even though he might be talking about the wrong things, I can't help but believe him knowing who he's fighting against, that he's training and getting ready for this fight, and he's focused for this fight. Let me ask you a question, though. If Tio is focused, does he win this fight? Or is the only way he loses this fight if he's not focused? Like, can Jermaine beat a focused Tio?
Yeah, absolutely. Styles make fights. Tio seems to have really trouble with guys that can box and that can stick and move. Though Tio's very quick. I mean, he beat Comey was kind of like a puncher, so he beat Comey very easily. But Cambosis fluke, but he won because he was sticking and moving. Sandor Martin was beating him down, like seriously beating him down. Knocked him down twice, and he sticks and moves. So, I mean, we've seen the troubles that he suffers in these fights. I think he even in sparring's not fighting, but we've seen him working on somebody. I forgot who it was, and they were beating Tio up in sparring. It was crazy because they were sticking and moving. It was just, you know what I mean? He has issues with certain fighters, and it's just like Pacquiao fighting a guy that can stick and move, like that can box, like a real traditional boxer.
Right. Yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you, Thurman. I think outside of him getting knocked down in that fight, I thought he was handling Pacquiao real well. I think he would have won the fight if he didn't get that knockdown. You know what I mean? I thought Thurman did real well in that fight. You know, and he's one of those traditional boxer type of guys. But yeah, man. So I mean, if you think regardless, outside of him not being focused, Jermaine Ortiz is a dog in this fight, without a doubt.
Yeah, he's a dog in the fight. If he's focused in a more competitive fight, Tio also fights to his competition. So that could be the game changer for him fighting Ortiz also, as well. So I mean, he might step up. You know what I mean? Right. We'll see when the fight happens.
Yeah. We'll definitely see. Shout out Big Sarge. 31 says if Ortiz has more success in the championship rounds, then he can give Tio problems. Yeah, man. Jermaine Ortiz is known for kind of taking the foot off the gas a little bit towards the end. I think some people would even account that the reason for why he came up short against Lomachenko. What do you think?
Yes. Well, Tio's known for, you talk about Devin putting on weight. Not Tio, I'm sorry, Jermaine. He's known for being a big dude in the ring. And and him being like him gaining weight in the fights, he even explored it himself and said like he's got to come in top shape. He can't put on much in the rehydration process because he felt sluggish his last fight even. So we already know that he's focused. Listen, this is his opportunity. He didn't get another one of these. So this is his opportunity. He had a chance for a title shot, but this is his title shot, like legitimately, like he's scheduled for a title shot. You know what I mean? He's not fighting somebody to get into contention. So
and this puts him in the conversation. He gets his title. He gets a title. He gets his WBO title. He's in the hottest division in boxing right now with the title. The road to undisputed running right through him. Jermaine knows what's on the line. Sometimes I wonder if Tio knows what's on the line, right? The way I don't know, he just does he or doesn't he? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because sometimes some frequency said in the background, don't let Ray move the goalposts on you. I got him. Don't worry.
I ain't listening to frequent.
You know, sometimes Tio, you know, like I said, he's a sometimes fighter, man, and sometimes he's talking past this fight, and it's weird. Like he's talking about Devin, he's talking about Terrence Crawford, he's talking about making all these fights and him being a 2-time. You know what I mean? Like he's so accomplished already. Like I don't know. You know, this is a big deal for you though, Tio. Whether you're hearing this or not, I don't know. This fight is what you need to be focused on. This is your everything right now.
Lady Shan, just to throw something out there, sparring, there's different types of sparring. If he's a sparring partner, and Loma likes to call fighters in to get looks, doesn't necessarily mean the look he was getting from Jermaine was what Jermaine produced in the fight, because he was giving Loma a lot of trouble. I mean, I know the boxers, you know, the analysis and the announcers at the ringside, they always call these, well, they're a sparring partner, and because they do this, they get it. Nah, sparring is totally different. Now, you have sparring sessions where they go in. They just have regular boxing sessions, but, you know, it's to see, you know, what you need to work on. But 9 times out of 10, when you have a champion, I think Loma was a champion at the time. I think they brought him in for Tio, actually. Right. He had to be given him work because he didn't learn anything when he fought Tio. So at the end of the day, and of course he had a shoulder injury, so he could have even produced that shoulder injury to Loma. We don't know. Right.
I mean, sparring's going to get you something. It can get you something, but it definitely doesn't dictate what's going to happen in the fight, especially when, like you said, when they're going in there to help somebody with their defense or help somebody with, you know what I'm saying, with their movement in the ring. They're not giving it all. They're specifically working towards what the fighter needs. That's paying them. Let's keep it 100. Paying them to be there, helping them, right? So, but I think at the end of the day, watching the fight, there was a familiarity. Oh my God, the tongue twister. Say the word for me, dog. Familiarity. There you go. Familiarity.
There you go.
There was one. I
slowed it down for you.
Thank you. There was one there. We could see it in the ring that they were, you know what I mean? Jermaine was kind of comfortable in knowing what Loma does, and knowing what he kind of expecting what he would do or what he's capable of, and seemed to have been helping. It seemed to help him a little bit on how he was approaching the fight. But I think the gentleman was correct as far as the latter rounds. I think that's a big deal for Jermaine Ortiz in this fight. I think he needs to focus on making sure that he goes out strong. The latter half of this fight, he needs to be there. He needs to not lose this fight on just, you know, taking his foot off that gas, you know?
Right. I mean, even if he wants to conserve something, he could do it in the middle rounds. Just don't get caught with a lot of stuff.
Sure.
You know, just play a defensive round or two, just save some energy, conserve it, you know, do a little holding. Yeah, I know.
Yo, frequent, leave me be, bro. You know what I was trying to say, man.
He coming at us today. Mute him,
man.
Mute him. I got time out.
Yeah, man. Maybe I can hide you for 300 seconds. Frequent. Maybe I should hide you. You know what I'm saying?
Cut it out.
Get you right. You know what I mean? I actually do need to throw the link up for. We will be throwing the link up in about like.
Yeah, it's up
in
there.
Like another 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes would be.
I definitely want to build with the people in the building for sure. I know how to spell it, frequent. I don't know how to say it. Thank you, though. I know how to spell it, bro. It's the saying it that's the issue. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the help.
Know what? Frequent got to show his face when he get up.
That's it.
If I'm doing it, he got to do it.
Frequent. Yo, frequent.
No, we don't want to see that. No, we don't break all the lenses. We'll be all right. Monitors broken out here.
Listen, Richard Parrish says he's got a point to prove. Are we talking about Jermaine?
No, he's talking about Loma. He's talking about Loma. He's talking about Loma is going to wash Cambo because he has a
Cambosis.
Of course he does.
For sure.
Of course he does. He wants to prove that he can knock him out, which Tio and Devin didn't do. Actually, speaking of which, did you hear Tio? And he's like running around with Loma. He's like, yeah, Loma's gonna knock him out. Like they're stablemates. We get that, right? They're in the same camp. I'm not camp, but stable.
Hold on a second.
They're in the same.
Shout out Lady Shan, man. Well, real quick, shout out Lady Shan for having my back. Frequent flyer, it is a word. There's a phrase called familiarity breeds contempt. I hope I said that word right.
You did. Close enough. Close enough.
Damn it, you guys know what I'm saying. Stop playing with me.
Yeah. Right. You from the islands? Let them know.
My bad.
No, that's cool. So what I was saying, and I actually meant to say promotional company. They're the same promotional company. So being that they're with the same promotional company, that changes a lot of the standards because they're not fighting each other right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And being that they have fought, he has fought both guys. He's trying to actually give tips to Loma on what he can do in the ring. I'm like, yo, Teal is. That's what I'm saying. He's not focused. Look what he's doing. He's telling Loma how to beat Kambosos and how he's going to beat him. Dude, that's not what you do. That's come on. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't.
He doesn't seem to be like in fight camp mode. He doesn't seem like motivated and wanting to. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. I think Tio really. It's going to be an interesting fight, man. You know, these storylines and the things that we see on the build up to these fights is part of what makes these fights exciting. You know what I'm saying? Wondering who's going to show up. And we'll see. You know, hindsight always tells a story better than foresight.
He is a weirdo. He's,
yeah,
you
man.
know, we know he's got some mental issues, so we try not to go at him too hard. Like, I'm not a fan, believe it or not, Lady Chan. I respect his boxing ability. I respect his talent. He is a talented fighter, but not a fan.
Frequent said, "This is my face right here, the skeleton." The Richard Paris got at somebody. Was he getting at you? I think he's getting at you.
It's okay,
Ray. I don't know who he getting. He said, "We have great education in the islands, British education where I'm from. What you mean? Tell him." Tell him he from the islands. I'm offended.
Oh, I apologize. No. What I'm saying is Claymore is allowed to slip up on things because there's different what do you call it? When you say dialects in a word. So being that he has a background, I mean he's born here, but I was just saying that. Hey man, matter of fact, my grandfather from the islands, and so is my other grandfather. So what's that mean? I'm there too. Church. I got it. You know what I mean? So I feel you. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. My bad, Richard.
We know you educated, Richard. Trust me. We already know your pedigree, bro.
Yeah, we good, brother. My bad. No offense.
Meant.
No shots fired. Drop them shots for me.
Yeah. Lady Shan says, I like his boxing, but he's a punk, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, talk about Tio.
Tio, yeah, man. Listen, man. Tio outside of the ring, his antics, his talking points. He's definitely an acquired taste, right? He's an acquired taste. He's not for everybody. But you know, in the ring is where we need him to be focused at, and I'm hoping he's going to be that way because a focused Tio is a great Tio. He's a great TO. I think a focused TO is a pound for pound, you know what I mean, fighter. You know what I mean? A generational talent. When he's focused, he's better than 8 out of 10. Am I exaggerating? Of people that gets in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And he can knock people out. So he's definitely capable of knocking out people. But we'll see what happens.
We'll definitely see what happens. So all right, so we went through that. Did you get a chance to see that Bill Haney?
Yep.
You saw it?
Yes, I did.
I got about halfway through it.
No, you ain't finished it? Yo, Frequent sent that. I was like, wow. Thank you, Frequent, for sending me that earlier. That was actually good information. I like what Bill stood on. Now we can get back to bringing the goalposts home, Frequent.
Lady Shan said I saw halfway too, man. Great interview, man. What I'm seeing so far was a great interview. I think it takes that right dancing partner to make these interviews work, and I think he had a certain amount of respect for Sean Porter. Right. That the conversation came a lot more. I almost feel like being that Sean Porter is a maybe future Hall of Famer, maybe, you know what I'm saying? I think there was a certain accountability in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Where he knew not to be too crazy. Like he had somebody who could hold him accountable. Like, hey, Bill. He didn't. It wasn't all full of cap like other conversations.
You didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah, he actually called him out on something. But you'll get to that. It wasn't nothing major.
But once again, I know Sean would. I know Sean would if he got online. That Sean would definitely do that.
It's not like him,
You know what I mean?
him and Tim Bradley being on the set together. That'd be a bunch of back and forth.
Yeah,
They might even start fighting. And I ain't talking about Sean. I'm talking about Bill and Tim Bradley. Bobblehead Tim.
Bill and Tim? For real?
Oh yeah. They might even get into it, bro. Bro, he hates Devin. Yeah, he don't got no respect for Devin.
Yeah, I know he talks bad about Devin, but I know it's nothing like that.
Look. So this is why people think, and I'm telling you, if you don't listen to commentating and you watch a fight without commentating, it's I'm with that. Look, it is what it is. I think it's the snack coalition. You know what I mean? Because Sean Porter's a snack guy too. But so when Loma was fighting Devin, right?
Right.
A lot of the stuff that was being called and said that was out, like Tim Bradley was just throwing stuff out there. Oh, look at this shot. Look at this. And it was Devin hitting Loma while he was saying this. And it's crazy because it happens in a lot of fights. I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
I think there was another fight with like even with Shakur and De Los Santos. Right. He was calling stuff out. He was like, and he's the whole time, why isn't he throwing his left? Why is he staying away from his left? Right. And then later on says, yeah, I was in the gym or so-and-so was in the gym and he heard that his shoulder was messed up. But he was saying his hand was messed up like around the ninth inning. Jeez, I'm ninth round. And I'm like,
you went into baseball real quick.
Yeah, I did.
He's a baseball guy. If y'all didn't know that. Hey, guys, please, if you just come in the room, please hit the like button. But go ahead.
Yeah, so as he's telling him in the ninth, he's like, yeah, I think Shakur's hand is messed up. He's not using it. Maybe it was a 6. I'm laughing. I'm like, what? But you was just telling him why he don't throw his left hand. Why he ain't doing this? And then your boy tell you his shoulder messed up at the end of the fight. And you say, yeah, his hand's messed up, blah, 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 blah. And then switched it later on Pro Box, whatever, salute to them. But he's like, yeah, I just got information that his shoulder and his hand was messed up. Like, which one was it? You know what I mean? Y'all went all over the place with it. And that's why I said it's crazy.
Yeah. Tim has a very confrontational, indifferent approach to commentating. He has no problem picking who he likes or he calls it not necessarily always down the middle. He doesn't mind sharing his personal feelings.
Shucking and jiving, bobblehead, Tim.
Yeah, he has no problem talking that mess. He has no problem doing it at all.
Yeah.
Freaking Flyer put up a point here. He says, fellas, also Bill Clear. You know what? Frequent, I'm gonna hit the link, man. Come up in here because I know this is really your topic. This is a topic that I definitely want your perspective on. I definitely want your contribution on this one. Hit that link for me, man. Come on in, bro. I don't know if you see it or not. I could, you know what? I'll put it back out right quick.
I got it.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Frequent definitely. Frequent gonna listen to this conversation closely, and he gonna give that. He gonna get that perspective on it.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
I can't even do it now. I make fun of him all the time. What's up, Frequent?
My dude.
Y'all? Thank you, that message right there, that's not the link that I sent y'all with the conversation that he had with Sean Porter. I actually saw him on Champ's side, and Champ's side got a little short video with Bill. I guess he probably chopped that off a full interview. He probably just put part of it out, and it was Bill clearing the air on the whole Peter Kahn thing. The whole situation with that, explaining what happened and how he had Peter Kahn talking to him about Matias and all of that. And then he said Matias' team decided that they didn't want Bill Kahn to be the person to talk to them about it or something like that. But I guess you can go check his channel out. You know what I'm saying? That video. If you want to know more about it and everything.
Right.
So
right.
I don't want to steal his thunder from his video. You know what I'm saying? He just put the video out today.
Yeah. So if you subscribe to his podcast, because he also has a podcast on the I think it's on Patreon. he has more information and more clips on there, so and probably extended version of his videos that he drops on YouTube, Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why we didn't see the whole thing. And being that Champ
No, not Sean Porter. Yeah, Champ side.
Oh, Champ side. He also has Patreon, so we'll have to see. Like I said, we'll see what happens. It's all there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But
man.
Appreciate it.
That's what you was talking about. You said you wanted my input on.
Yeah, just on the interview. I don't know if you saw the interview or if you didn't see the interview, but Bill was just being a little bit more authentic about a bunch of stuff. He said that he had Teo was the biggest fight that he wanted to do right now. I'm happy that they're leaving this Gervonta Tank Davis conversation. It seems like he's starting to slowly get away from it and just not make that a big deal anymore. And just talking about the journey, you know what I'm saying, to promote somebody like Devin and what they're really trying to do, and really got past the silliness of it all from what I could tell, just going halfway through. Just it was less what everybody's calling capping and more just like, yo, what do you think I'm out here doing, man? We're doing big business out here and we're trying to make the best fights happen, and we're trying to whoop whoever y'all think is that guy. We're trying to fight them by any means necessary. You know what I mean? Ray, I know you watched the whole video, right?
Yeah.
Right, so you probably have a better perspective on it than I do. But what I got from what I was seeing was just a real authentic, more authentic Bill that I think people are not used to seeing as much. You know, and I was appreciating that.
Totally agree. He came in there, and actually, I think he was told from the gate, he's like, "Yo, I'm not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe, Bill. So you better keep it real, basically." And they were trying to get the information for the Bernard situation and Shakur. What happened with Shakur? He gave a different reason. So I'm going to say he went back to still the the publicity stunt thing, which I stand by because Shakur put it out there himself, and he said that because Sean was like, "No, it's not a publicity stunt." He said he said it himself. What do you mean? So he basically told him. He said he did. He says, "Yo, he said it himself." He obviously not going to shout out the other channel probably, but he was like, he said it. You know what I mean? It's out of his own mouth. And when he said that, that's why we didn't pay him no attention in the ring, because we knew what it was. Bob didn't want another fight with one of his guys. That's why we left. So basically, that fight, he said that whole thing with the bottle coming across, he said, where was the contract? They wanted us to sign a contract, and there was no contract given. So what was that? That's a publicity stunt. That's something else just to do for business. You know what I mean? Right. So he was making a lot of sense out of it. And then he brought up Tank a little bit. Obviously, that's a sensitive topic to a lot of people. I'm not a huge I don't want to bring too much to that table. But he brought up Tank a little bit, and he was kind of like explaining the reasons why and really what happened. And it's funny that he says this on Sean Porter, and then I'm watching Twitter, and all I see is Tank talking about how he beat him in the sparring section, how Floyd was grabbing his hand. I'm like, man, this is back and forth. So at the same time, this is all going on. So I'm like, why are we really in this situation right now? Because technically we know they're not going to fight. Even Sean Porter was like, I don't see that fight happening. And Bill was like, yeah, that's past us. So he kind of admitted, he didn't technically say it, but you can kind of hear it. That's past us. I'm looking more towards Teo right now. So
Tank down there at 135. You know, I think that's the smart thing to do. Leave it alone, especially after all of the craziness that went on when he was calling him out. You know, you had people leaking his weight of the fight and all of that. Yeah, you know, crazy. People complaining, saying he too big. He all of the weight bully talk and all of that stuff. I call that the small talk. So, you know, I don't blame him for leaving that, you know, fight the people up there at 140, let Tank deal with Shakur and Loma and all those guys down there, you know. Somebody got to fight somebody, you know what I'm saying? You know, franchise belt down there no more for nobody to duck. Ain't no WBA super down there. So, you know, Frank, you got Frank the Ghost Martin down there, you know. A lot of good fights down there for Tank.
Just a few.
And we got to be real, man. Tank can have any fight he want to have, man. You know, all he got to do is let his people know that's the fight he want, you know.
Yeah, he's the bag, man.
Well, that was another thing. That was another thing they mentioned. Actually, I'm glad you pointed that out. Bill was explaining the same thing I explained to you before, Claymore, about him being a promoter. and then he does a lot of co-promotions. So he was explaining like Devin's my boss. Like I'm the promoter, Devin's the boxer. He paid like I work for him. So a lot of these promotional companies that have these fighters signed, the fighters fight for them. So what happens is they're dictating everything. He's like, we're not, so when we say, yo, you could have made the fight, you talking about call this person, call that person. Listen, if you're the boss, you could just make the call yourself. Why are we dancing around this subject? And I was like, yo, it's a lot of points. He made a lot of good points. Like I said, I'm not taking sides on the matter, but Bill made a lot of good points that opened my eyes to things. And and they're more behind the scenes with stuff. And what's his name? Sean Porter. He's sitting there and he's saying the same thing. He's like, yo, I understand because they're all boxers, so they understand what it's really about. They know the game better than us, so it's a good platform for him to build on. You know what I mean? It's not a YouTuber, it's not an analyst or anything like that. That's or media personality that's on TV. He's actually dealing with a real boxer, and also and a guy that likes boxing and with two T's. Shout out to the Puerto Rico podcast, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at the whole thing. I just saw it there and sent it to you guys, you know what I mean? So y'all can check it out and everything. I was running around doing stuff around the house, so I didn't really get a chance to look at it though, but I'm going to check it out. I looked at a little bit of it though.
Yeah, I got about halfway through it, but I definitely saw that it was one of those interviews similar to like that Andre Ward interview, just one of those interviews where there was some jewels being dropped where you're like, listen, man, sometimes us as fans, especially us as fans, when we're talking about these boxers and their business, the way they're choosing to do their business and having opinions about how they're choosing to do business and really not having no real understanding on why they're doing business the way they're doing it. We're speaking from the outside with very like matter of fact type attitudes, very arrogant, like, yo, this don't make no sense. I would do this, but you think you would, not in that situation. You know what I mean? You don't know what it takes to build a champion and to get these fights, especially when you're a kind of fighter that a lot of fighters don't want to fight. You know what I mean? When they throw money in your face and A-side conversations in your face and all types of stuff, you got to become a little bit more strategic with how you're doing things to get to that goal. And I don't think we respect it as much as we should respect it. You know what I mean?
Crazy? It's crazy. Bill mentioned that with the promotional things. He was like, we like him being his promoter. It's like almost like, why are you fight? You fight, like you said, you fight for all these people and you use money to make the fight. He said, I didn't raise Devin that way. I had Devin going out there showing him what the legacy was, like watching him, taking the boxing when he was young. Letting him see champions, introducing them to champions, getting them trained all over the world and seeing how different styles were. Because he said, you need to know how to defeat these styles. So he was like, I had this kid all over. He said, sure, and I even had him with you. You know what I mean? He got you ready at 15 years old. Sean was like, yeah, I remember that. He was like, yeah, he was good then. You know what I mean? So those are things, that's a really good interview. If y'all haven't seen it, I suggest you go check it out. It's really good interview. Again, Sean Porter podcast. In the Porter Way.
In the title of the video, it says that it's Patreon only, though. So I don't know how we actually got access to it.
So they release it because that was recorded last Thursday, I think, and I think after a couple of days they release it in segments.
It's not. That's what they do. Exactly, 100%. Yeah, they drop it like a week later.
Right. Because they already got their fans that pay for their Patreon. They already seen it. So once they get a certain subscriptions, they drop it. And it just picks up views on YouTube, so that even helps the podcast too. I did want to touch the question that Harry Symbols asked about
which one?
The three fighters that we hate.
Yeah, I had posted it up before. Hold on, I'll put it back up. I'll definitely throw it back up there.
Thank you, Frequent, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate you, Frequent. There you go. What are the top three fighters you guys hate? I had posted it up there at first, right quick, right? Frequent's back. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I clicked out somehow.
Yeah, it happened.
You got blocked. You got
I thought you was back room. Like, yeah, I'm out of here, man. I'm done.
I said, oh man, they threw me off.
Yeah, we threw you in the back room, bro.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yo, three fighters I hate the most, man. You know, a part of me wants to be like no comment. But you know what?
Let me think about.
We don't shy away from the indifference over here. Y'all, you ask the questions, we're gonna answer the questions. You know what I'm saying?
Hate is a strong word, though. I don't think I hate nobody.
Right.
I think I might dislike Tyson Fury a little bit with all the cheating and stuff, and Canelo with all the cherry picking and stuff. But as far as hate, that's a strong word.
Yeah, I would say there's a fighter I hate, man. A fighter.
Yeah, there's one fighter I hated, but he was very entertaining. He's not fighting anymore. His name was Mayorga. What's his first name again? What was Fernando?
Yeah,
Mayorga. I hated that dude.
Why you hating though? What was the reason?
Because he was way out of line. I mean, this dude. Did he touch fighters' wives? He was smoking. Smoking in the ring.
That's the boy. That's the boy that touched
Shane
Mosley's wife.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, he was crazy, bro. He did a lot of that all the time. Like that's all he did. And he liked that attention. Like I literally hated that
people's
dude.
face, smoking cigarettes
in the ring. He lit a cigarette in the ring. Yo, dude, that dude was out of line for real.
Okay,
he was a different dude.
Yeah, and he wanted to hate.
Was a different dude.
Yeah, he wanted that hate. Like absolutely.
So that's your one. What's the second one?
Oh no. I guess I could put him on there. My second one.
It don't gotta be current fighters, right?
I don't hate anybody currently. I just like a few fighters. I mean, as far as dislike, I don't like Teo. We already mentioned that. Not a fan of Inoue so much. Like I like it.
Wait, why? What's wrong with Teo? You got to go in depth.
Hold on. What's wrong with Teo?
Yeah.
One. Teo is I don't like the way Teo addresses stuff and how he brings a lot of racial tension to things too, outside of boxing when he talks in interviews. And it's like you don't know where he's going. Like he accepts a culture, you know what I mean? Because he does come from a black culture, but he's just from Honduras. But he doesn't regulate that. He wants to accept his Latino culture. So when he does that, he wants to be like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and then he gets into this like, oh, dude, like, you know what I mean, very Valley Girl type conversation, and then from there,
you don't like the fact that he said that Harriet Tubman is our grandmother.
Hold on, let me finish, and then he goes down the line. He wants to be dancing like us, listen to hip hop like us, rocking with rappers. You know what I mean? Wearing the gear, got the Timbs on. You know what I mean? Like that he perpetrating. And I don't like that. That to me, that's like he fraud. He wants to accept something, but then he don't want to be it. You know what I mean? Like he said, I'm Latino. What do you tell the girl in the interview? I'm Latino except for the waist down. Like, come on. Like for real? That's how we living?
Right.
That's disrespectful. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he said he's black from the waist down. That's what he said.
No, he said I'm Latino except for the waist down.
No, he said I'm black. He said I'm not racist. I'm black too from the waist down.
Whatever he said, it was foul. Bottom line, he needs help. He's a crybaby. I don't like. Come on, bro. Like it's so much. And then him and his dad, like, bro, like if you can't get along with him, get rid of him. One or the other. Like this is too much, bro. Like he just out of line for real, and you could tell he black. Look at that nose he got. No disrespect to black people.
That nose is black. No,
I got one of those too. I know it ain't. That shit look like it been punched too many times.
That nose.
That was your three right there. What was your three? You said Mayorga.
You said Mayorga.
I said Mayorga, Teo. I mean, this Tyson. I said I got a lot. Tyson.
You said Tyson Fury too, but you weren't really there with Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson Fury, Jamel Charlo right now. Like
no, that you can't hate too many. We only want three, bro.
Whoa. I said I don't hate. There's a problem. You hear where you going? I don't hate.
Okay, that you dislike. Yeah.
In a way, you know what I mean? I'm not a fan of it was a British fighter. I didn't like.
You don't like Inoue? Why you don't like Inoue?
Because he won't fight nowhere but Japan, bro. He ain't letting nobody get saucy with him. You got to fly people out to these altitudes.
I have my feelings on Inoue. I just don't know what fight. My question is always going to be, what fights is it that he's not doing over here that you feel like he should be doing over here,
bro?
Like, I don't know.
I'm not saying he couldn't win none of the fights here, right? Because he did win. He did win.
Well, I'm saying who? What fights would you want to see him fight over here that he's not fighting over here?
first of all, I think if he fought in here, I think that would have been a whole different fight. I'm telling you. I don't know if the Yakuza out there paying people to lose to this dude. I don't know what's going on.
What do got anything to do with the stacking too? Because they be stacking out there in Japan too. It's legal.
Yeah, exactly. And your boy Fulton probably didn't even know that. And then they got gloves that was already open. It's a whole bunch of fishy stuff, bro. Like for real. But hey,
he do need to come over here and do some fights.
I'm telling you, once I see him
internationally, but do I not like him? Do I not like him?
I don't dislike him.
Listen.
I know we don't hate nobody, but I'm just talking about even just on disliking him.
Listen, I'm not taking away from. I didn't take away from Tio what he does in the ring. I'm not going to take away from what Inoue does in the ring. Oh, that's another thing. Matter of fact, the dude juicing, in my opinion. Why you think he didn't take the first Fulton? Yeah, in the first Fulton fight, he made that. When they went to go test him.
What, you think he's what?
Hold on. They went to test him, and he pulled out the fight because he was supposed to get tested.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, something like that.
And he was like, I hurt my leg or something. And next thing you know what I mean? And then he come in the ring bigger than Fulton, and he came from a smaller weight. Like, that was crazy. That was crazy.
He was bigger than Fulton?
Yeah, he was bigger. I'm like, yo, this dude bigger than Fulton. He in a smaller weight? Nah, bro. Listen, I can't.
He got that snack over there in Japan, too.
Yeah, they got Fuji over there.
Wait, hold on one second. Herring has a lot of questions for me. The first one he wants to know is what's my 3 that I hate. I don't hate nobody. So we're not, this is all going to be who I dislike the most. And, as far as boxers are concerned, it's hard for me to dislike you. But I'll tell you one thing that will make me dislike a boxer: holding up the train, sitting there not fighting who I want you to fight or who I think you should be fighting. I don't like that. Now, I'm not going to bring up Gervonta Tank Davis's name because honestly, he hasn't done that for me yet.
I was just about to say leave Tank alone, man.
No, I ain't going to say Tank, but I'm saying this year I do expect Tank to fight who I want. I want to see Tank fights in big fights. I don't hold nothing against him and what he's done in his career. I think he's had a great career. He's had some smart people in his corner to make him some good money. But this year is one of those years where I need to see him manifest some fights that I believe he has the power to manifest. But he's not somebody I dislike. I'm actually a huge fan of Tank Davis. But those are the kind of fighters as far as holding up fights. So one guy I'm going to say right now that's on top of my list is Ryan Garcia. I do not appreciate the way he's handling his business right now. I don't like his interviews. It's like ever since he did that with Devin, I don't even want to see him talk. I don't like the way he handled the Devin negotiations, talking about 30,000 pay-per-view buys, going to Rolly. I'm not appreciative of him. I don't think he's been evolving into a good fighter the way I think he should. When you think about his class that he came out with, as far as the Devin Haneys, the Shakurs, the Gervonta Tank Davises, not Lomachenko, but the fighters he came out with, they've elevated so fast past him. He's annoying me. He's annoying me as of late. That's a fact.
So all of that stuff with Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia got you ready to join Haney's clan? I could get you in, bro.
I don't know if I'm ready to join no Haney's clan, but I'm just being honest about Ryan. You got to let me know why I'm being a hypocrite, Richard. I'm dying to hear about it. But let me get to my second one while you let me know. So another fighter right now who's annoying me is Canelo, bro. Canelo's annoying me right now, bro. I don't like how he's handling this David Benavidez situation. I don't like how he's holding all those belts and he doesn't want to defend it against his mandatory. He's annoying me. I don't like hearing about him potentially fighting a Jaime Mungia right now. I don't want to hear no nonsense like that. I give him his accolades for what he's done in his career. He's a Hall of Famer for sure, in my opinion. But right now, presently, I'm not liking the way he's carrying the responsibilities of a champion right now.
Yeah, when y'all was talking about him earlier, I tried to come up here, but y'all aged me out in the back. I turned 52. But but Canelo, man, I was trying to come up here and say that Canelo can't really fight nobody but 2 people to me, man. He can only fight Bivol. You know what I'm saying? Because Bivol beat him and he never rematched him and got his get back. Or he could fight Benavidez. I'm not going to be satisfied if he fight. I'm not going to like it if he fight anybody else. He can't bring nobody else and fight them with those 2 fights open like that. He got to fight Benavidez. He should fight Bivol to get his get back because he lost to him. That's the only acceptable fight for me. other than Benavidez.
Right. And the last fighter who I share the same fighter as you, Teofimo. I think he's emotionally, he's it's a roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster to watch him just do what he does outside of the ring. Outside of the ring, his interviews, the retiring, then coming back out of retiring, the way, the shots at Devin Haney.
He's just playing, by the way.
Yeah, that part. The Devin Haney fight that he skipped out on and went and fought Kambosos and then got beat. I ain't feeling that energy. I need some consistency from Teofimo. I want him to fight more than talk. Let your dad do the talking or somebody else do the talking, man. You're not good at it. Normally when you're doing it, you're sounding not that sharp and you're sounding like it just does. I haven't seen him have conversations that I feel like after the conversation, I had a better impression of him. It's always like, damn, he could have not did that conversation. I'd have been okay. You know what I'm saying? So Teo would be the third one for me that I dislike right now. But I don't hate no fighters, man. I just can't, man. I don't see how I could hate somebody who hasn't like done something directly to me. Like, I don't know how to hate somebody just off the strength of, So I'm sure you were just using the word in a light way. So I'll say dislike. That's my
Claymore, do you think that Mayweather had something to do with Ryan not fighting him?
100%.
I see somebody said that in the chat.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm very, 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 very. I'm pretty sure.
Let's put it this way: how convenient is it? They go on a stroll at night. And next thing you know, the fight's off. We're going after this guy. Who is this guy that you were on a stroll with? Spider. I mean, come on.
Right.
1 + 1
and
equals 2.
Calling him a big pay-per-view star, saying him putting him in the same conversation as Gervonta Tank Davis and Canelo Alvarez. You already know what he was doing,
right?
You know what he was doing. The play, the writing was on the wall, and I'll be honest with you, they didn't do it in a very sneaky way. It was like blatant, like right in our face. Like it was just more like it was like, damn, bro.
It's like it happened like big chains off and just gave it to Ryan, right?
Yeah, like Ryan, like right after their run, Ryan goes on Twitter, says Floyd is a great guy, my advisor, y'all leave him alone. 3 days later, he puts in the word for Oscar De La Hoya to go and stop the negotiations with Devin Haney and start negotiations with Rolly Romero. There was no sneakiness to it at all. It was just right in our face. Like, I think if we sit here and try to deny that, it's gonna bring question to our
Floyd getting all that bread. He's smart. Yeah, he definitely smart for that. He taking all that money. For real.
Hold on, I want to see what I think Richard Paris answered and said why he felt that way. Let me see. I'm serious about fighting Dead Ryan. Used Dead's name to build moves to fight Rolly.
I don't think he did, man.
Okay, he didn't answer it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why I'm a hypocrite, man, about that. About my issues with
I know
Ryan,
what he meant. I know what he meant, though. He was talking about Dev.
Tell me.
So basically, what he's saying is Dev did the same thing with the pulling out of negotiations or something. That's what I think he's saying.
With Shakur?
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I would think so.
Devin Haney didn't pull out of the negotiations.
Hold on. I said I think so. I don't know I don't officially know. He didn't say it. So I just imagining that's what he means.
Right.
Hey, Frequent, you ready to jump? You ready to fly an airplane into me, man?
That Dev built his career. that Dev built his career doing that to fighters. Built his career doing that to fighters.
Nah, doing what to fighters?
Nah. I disagree with that.
I don't know, Rich. I don't know about that.
You gotta show me the receipts on that. Definitely gotta show me the receipts on that. Shakur?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. He built his career. Career? I don't know. I don't know about that.
I mean,
acting like he about to fight big names. What do you mean acting like he's about to fight big names?
If he calls him out, it's calling him out. As far as him getting into the ring with them, it takes two sides. You know what I mean? And a lot of fighters do that. Remember, we're only seeing this because it's on social media. Remember, they did this all the time in press conferences back in the day. You know what I mean? This is what they did. They would make press conferences at different fights. They would sit in the stands at different fights, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm looking to fight this guy, so he's soft. That's what they used to do. You know what I mean? Right. Now they got social media, so they just act crazy because they kids, their generation. They get on there and they just be like, yo, They be talking reckless. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Y'all act like y'all about to shoot each other house up, like for real.
Right. He said Ryan put a Devin on Devin. I mean, look, man. I could see the comparison with the Shakur thing, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I know Ray doesn't feel that way. I don't know how Frequent feels about it. Me personally, I'm in the air with it. After so many conversations with Ray, I have started to lean a little bit towards a little bit more off of Devin a little bit. But yeah, I definitely the Shakur situation was one of those situations where I wasn't happy how Devin handled it as well. I think it was premeditated BS. I think he knew that he was going to go fight Regis, and that that whole entire sending Shakur an offer and all that messy shit that he was doing. I think he kind of knew what it was. So that did annoy me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That did annoy me. But his whole career, out of all the fights he's done, I've never seen Devin do nothing like that. I can't say that he built his career on doing that kind of stuff. But, you know, you might know a couple things about that.
That's all cleared up, though, on the Show and Porterway podcast, podcast. So he clears that up. He actually, like I said earlier, he does say how it took place, and there was never no real terms from Bob saying that we wanted this fight. He said he was asking for the fight multiple times, and Bob was like, okay, we'll do it. They did whatever they did, but they kept making Shakur call him out for the belts because Top Rank didn't want to lose those belts. That's what it was.
Right.
So when he gave him a serious offer, Shakur turned it down. He gave him another offer. He turned it down. Then he gave him the third offer. He gave him the 25%. And Bob said that should be more than significant. And then what did he do? He turned it down. As far as the 30%, though, what people talk about, let's keep it a buck. If you go through the sanctioning bodies for a fight, and then they decide to mandate this fight, they have to sell the fight They put it what they call in a purse bid, exactly. So somebody could turn around and bid for that fight $2 million. And when they bid $2 million on that fight, guess what? You're getting 30% of $2 million as opposed to whatever that fight was generating. So that means all that money that the promoters put out, they get that plus the back end. The fighters get none of that back end because it's all based on that purse bid. So that's why they turned that fight down. They said, well, if you're going to fight us on a purse bid and you're fighting for one belt, only one belt's on the line. That's what they were trying to do. And Shakur didn't want that. So they left that alone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to catch the rest of that this evening for sure, or tomorrow. I'm going to catch the rest of it. I'm definitely interested in a lot of things, questions I'm hoping get answered in that interview. But Herring Symbol said, would you guys mind Gervonta if he goes to 140 to fight Haney but throws in a rehydration clause? No. Do I mind it? I don't know if I mind it as much as I can see Devin. I can see why Devin just would not entertain no nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can see why Devin would do it if he really wants to fight with Gervonta, and that seems to be the only way for it to happen. I could see why Devin would do it. I wouldn't mind it, but I'm at the point right now where that fight don't need to happen for me.
And you know what I mean? And this is where I'm going to take off on Devin. So this is where a lot of us miss, and it's because we're fans of fighters. As a boxing fan, this is what I noticed. Devin has made sacrifices in his health and in his weight to fight at 135 to sustain those belts because he made a promise. Because remember, Teo was the one who went out there in the interview and said, and it's on Champ side. Actually, Champ side did the interview. Oh, he'll never be a champion. He went to the wrong promotional company. Nobody likes him. This and that. So he went out there and secured the deal. He did what nobody in boxing thought he would do. Even Bob said it. And he secured those belts. When he got those titles, he did what he had to do. We all have goals in life. He set his goal. He did it. Once he accomplished that goal, he signed the deal. He lived with the deal. Deal with the devil. People do it. Unfortunately, he got out of that deal. Guess what? He went back to the zone. And as far as him fighting Tank, he wanted to fight. As far as him getting it, it is what it is. So we can't knock Devin for the sacrifices he makes. He made a lot of sacrifices to stay at 135 for that long and kill himself just for these fights. But hey, you know what I mean? To each their own. Whoever likes it, does it. And I think he'll sacrifice in a catch weight or a rehydration clause. I think he will because he's that type of dude. He's about that. So let's not put it past him.
Definitely. That's how I see it too. As far as I wouldn't be shocked if he did it. You know what I mean? He's built like that, you know. But if he didn't want to do it, I wouldn't look down at him for not doing it. Like I said, that fight doesn't need to happen at this point for me, unless it can happen in a space where both fighters are healthy and at their best, man, and they can fight each other inside of like regular rules. You know what I'm saying? If I see Richard Paris put in there that the IBF rules, he would enforce IBF rules, but Devin's not an IBF champion; he's a WBC champion.
Right.
So if you'd have gone up to 140 pounds, they'd be fighting under WBC sanctioning body rules, not IBF rules. So it's really, you know, if Tank leaves 135 to fight Devin at 140, it's really Devin's world, and up to Devin to be honest with you on how that fight would turn out. But you know, Devin's one of them dudes. I think when you look at his career, just like Ray said, he's known for conceding things on his side to make fights happen. You know what I mean? He'll leave a promotional company, go through another promotional company. He'll take less money. You know what I'm saying? He'll fight at a lower weight class. He'll do those type of things. So it wouldn't shock me at all to see him moving in that direction to do that.
And another thing, so since we put out there, Devin is a what do you say? He's a sucker.
Breaking up a little bit, Ray.
Am I? Hello? Hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. You hear me?
I hear you clear.
Okay, all right. So Devin Haney, a sucker weight 165 on fight night. Let me tell you something. Every fighter in boxing does this now. We only
tell the story, Ray.
We only seen it with Devin because it was exposed because he's Devin. I'm so dead ass on this. You can find any boxer and they'll tell you that, yeah, we get our weight up. Not all of them are ballooning, but most of them are. I can name about 4 boxers that do that. So at the end of the day, they all get up there in weight. Teo was only 7 pounds heavier, lighter than him, so he got up there. We talking crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not about the weight. It's about the skill set. Devin still was faster. Devin still was stronger. Devin still was leaner. Devin still had this, like the calibrations. Like, yo, his whole skill set was outclassed. Are you saying if he had stayed at 151, he would have been even faster? So you're saying even Regis would have caught him and knocked him out or something? Like, I don't understand. I don't think that has nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean? Like Jamel Charlo walks around at 210 pounds. Jamal Charlo about 220. And they get down to 160. Nobody cries about that. And they in the fight, they fighting at like 185. And they at 154. Like, you talk about gaining weight, that's crazy. They all do that. Jermaine Ortiz gets big. Josh Taylor was 164 in the ring with Teofimo. And I always ask the same question. We talk about Devin being 165. And if Devin was 165 and he lost it to Regis, will we be talking about his weight right now? Absolutely not.
Big facts.
And we could say he can't knock people out. Guess what? He got 15 knockouts on his resume. That's half his fights. So we can say what we want to say. That's the way I look at it.
Right. Shout out to Ross Clot says Tank ain't gonna fight anyway. Haney anyway. Tank a bum chaser. I don't think it's that serious, guys. You know what I mean? But I mean, look, man. At the end of the day, like I said, this year, Tank. You know, we're looking to see Tank fight some competitive fights.
Also, to add on what you were saying, Ray Davis, I saw a video that was pointing out the fact that Rolly, right before he fought Tank, he was standing on the scale, and the scale said 180.
Exactly. I actually seen
that. So, you know what I'm saying?
I seen that image, matter of fact. So that's crazy.
Yeah, you saw Rolly, right?
At 135, he went up to
135 to fight.
Right. There was no catch weight. There was no rehydration clause. That man was 180 pounds fighting Tank Davis at 135. So we can't go there, man. It's crazy.
I think it's a lot of outrage about it because it's Devin. You know, it's a big difference.
Right. Listen, Devin, let's keep it real. Devin's the biggest and hottest thing in boxing right now. And unfortunately, you hate him or love him, he's out there. His name's everywhere. And because of that, it's something to bring up. And that's all it is. They're just looking. They're looking for gold. You know what I mean? First is steroids, then it's this, then it's that. Like, whatever, man. Look, the dude's winning. At the end of the day, he's winning. He hasn't got caught doing anything. There's no sanctions that's holding him accountable. Why? Because he ain't doing that wrong. That's the way to look at it. He playing by the rules, and he's winning.
Yeah, they want to hold him They want to hold them to the rules, and you guys want to hold them to the rules in your mind about what you think is fair or not fair. Look, man, there's rules. There's sanctioning bodies who make these rules for a reason. They make sure it's fair or not fair. That's how it goes. All this, how it should be, it's how it is, man. At the end of the day, if Tank can't fight 140-pound Devin Haney within the rules of the sanctioning body that he's fighting it under, then he doesn't need to do the fight. It's okay. There's enough smoke for him at 135. Let him go fight Shakur. Let him go look for Loma. You know, maybe Teofimo will come down. Maybe Teofimo work with some rehydration clauses. There's a lot of options out there. They don't have to fight each other. We do want to see them fight each other, but whatever Devin's comfortable with doing and whatever Tank is comfortable with doing, I'm comfortable with them fighting in their comfort zone where they're comfortable and healthy at. And if it can happen that way, let's get it going. But otherwise, I'm not really interested in all the, especially when you look at like what happened with Ryan Garcia and with Mario Barrios, like that. We're not getting the fights. You think you're getting the fight you want, and you're not even getting it because the fighter is not even in the ring in the same capacity that, you know what I mean? He's depleted. He's weak. You know, what are we watching? It's all good, man. Go fight people who can fight you in a healthy weight. And
shout out to Ross Cloud. Look, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from your opinions. These are all are based on your opinion. But I've just delivered some facts to you of what's really happening. The thing is, when people are being told the truth, some people don't like it. I'm not saying you, but people don't like the truth. And when the truth hurts, guess what they do? They throw a fit. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean, bro? I got you. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not mad at you. Those things are a little on the strange side of the stranger things. But at the same time, he's not breaking any rules. Like, only rules we see breaking is what people are saying. That's all, dog. I got you.
Yeah, it's all good. Look, at the end of the day, we can agree to disagree for sure. That's always an option. That option's always on the table. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I stand next to my dude Ray Davis on this one. You know what I'm saying, and
I'm so curious. I'm so curious of how much Terrence Crawford was weighing in the ring. Yeah, I'm saying fighting Earl, because he was bigger than Earl.
Yeah, he was up there. He's probably, I think he came in at like 180, bro. Because he
the
was
biggest I ever saw him.
Yo, bro, he was like 180 literally after the fight, like 185 or something like that. So that was like 2 days later. So, and he was big. His shoulders were bigger than Earl's head, believe it or not, in that fight. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, Terrence was looking like he was in his bag. He looked like he was
he was massive. Snack work, bro.
Yeah, like shout out manager Marty, right? Snack works. You know what I'm saying? So we got deep into that, right? We got deep into that. I gave my 3. Do you have 3 fighters you don't like frequent?
Oh, I thought I gave mine. I thought I gave mine first. I said Tyson Fury. I don't care for all the cheating and everything. And who was it? Tio for all of the craziness. You know, all of the crazy talk about black people and everything. It kind of, some of the things he say, a lot of the things that he say kind of comes off as that, that racist that don't actually know that he's being racist. You know what I'm saying? With the things that they be saying. That's what it sounds, that's the vibe that I get when he be talking. Even though he might not even be racist. It's just the things that he say just be dumb, just be stupid like that. You be like, just be quiet. Just don't talk about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So him, let me see, Fury, Tio, and I guess Canelo with all the cherry picking and stuff. I was talking about that. It's not that I like Canelo, but I just don't like his choices in fights, and ducking and stuff like that,
Yeah,
I don't like that he didn't fight. I don't like that he didn't fight Jamal Charlo. And he got the franchise belt and hopped up to fight somebody else at a higher weight class. And some people are saying, oh, but he fought a bigger guy. But it's still not the harder fight was clearly Jamal Charlo,
right?
Than the person that he moved up to fight.
There was another fighter there too that wanted to fight him when he was supposed to unify.
It was what's his name? Demetrius Andre.
Yes, it was Andrade.
Yeah.
Andre. Yep, he was.
He did Demetrius wild dirty.
He did him dirty.
He got both of them, man. Yep. I ain't like that about Canelo. So I guess that's my 3 right there.
Okay. I'll give you this about Canelo. I think when you're the face of boxing, and we see this with the current face of boxing, listen, you can fight whoever you want and make a bag. It doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, they're all professionals. So I'm not, again, this is not me taking away anything from any other fighter.
Hold on, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't know how Loma got past me, bro. Lomachenko is Haney's clan's sworn enemy, bro. and with him, I just don't like all the privilege, man. He should be in my number one. I don't know why I named those other people. He's worse than Fury for me. And it's just the privilege, man. His first fight, his second fight, he got a title shot in his second fight and lost. And then his third fight, he got another title shot and got a title. And then, you know, with them, they erased one of his losses in one of the telecasts and all of that stuff, man. You had people talking about, you know, comparing him to Muhammad Ali. Now, people get mad as hell when Rollo be comparing Devin Haney to Muhammad Ali and other greats and all of that. But people ain't say nothing. Nobody ain't cracked their lips when Bob Arum was saying these things about Lomachenko, and people, you know, was disrespecting Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward, you know, right in front of their face in interviews, talking about Lomachenko was pound for pound number one, and he only had like 10 fights and 1 loss already. And those guys were standing in front of him with like 30-0 records and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, man. Lomachenko, I don't know how that slipped past me, man. But yeah, go ahead, Ray.
No, I can't.
Bump somebody off of there. Put Lomachenko. He's number one, bro. He got the franchise belt of dislike.
No doubt. No doubt.
You gave him the Sandman from the Apollo, huh? You took somebody off. Loma got put on.
No doubt. You wanted to add to that, or are you ready to segue?
I have nothing for that. But you know what? I do got something. Do we see Devin fighting anyone in Saudi Arabia or any other division besides light heavyweight and up fighting in Saudi Arabia?
Say it one more time.
Do you see any of the lighter divisions, middleweight? I would say middleweight down, not super middleweight, but middleweight down. Do we see anybody in the other divisions fighting in Saudi Arabia? Because I'm seeing that as the place to be. It could be a couple of different things here and there.
Actually, that's what we was about to segue into. Is it with Saudi Arabia, bro? Like, man, you know, we can see what Saudi Arabia is doing, obviously, for the heavyweight division right now, and how they're making the fights we want to see realistic now. Right, they're making it realistic, even though, you know, they segued a little bit to the side. They moved to the side a little bit when Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua, which I have no problems with, because I think Anthony Joshua needs that fight to kind of like help him bring back who he is. This is just going to be more rounds for him. He's been fighting a lot in the past year. This is going to be like his 4th fight. Not in the year, but you know, he fought 3 times last year. He's back right now fighting. He fought again once this year already. No, that was at the end of last year, and now he's about to fight right now, right? So that helps him out. But Saudi Arabia is the wild card for me. They're the wild card in boxing right now as far as promotion is concerned, as far as getting fighters that we want to see fight each other, fighting, the matchmaking abilities that they have, because they don't have the lines of promotional companies that they have to adhere to. They can literally just jump into the sport itself and just be like, this is what needs to happen. This is the best here. Here's the best there. And they can bring them together. Yeah, he said it. Big Sarge said 4th fight in 11 months. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, will they come down into fights below middleweight? I think it's very possible. I think it's very realistic. They haven't said anything about it, right? But I'll say what they did say. What they did say was, they sent a message to Oscar De La Hoya, right? When Oscar De La Hoya had an interview about I say a week or two. No, actually, it was at the Virgil Ortiz fight. And they asked him about Saudi Arabia. He said that he thought that a lot. He doesn't mind what Saudi Arabia is doing, but as far as the fights over here are concerned, he doesn't know about taking fights over to Saudi Arabia, because they were asking him basically would he be willing to bring some of his fighters to Saudi Arabia. And he said he wouldn't really be interested in doing that because at the end of the day, he would love to have those fights here in the state for Americans to be able to be able to come out to these fights. And Turki Al-Sheikh said, "Listen, we'll miss you, Oscar." You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that meant as far as, is he going to just supersede and go over Oscar's head and like Beamer's letting Oscar know like this is going to happen with or without you? You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to be part of it, then it'll be happening without you, and you'll be missing out on the festivities. You're missing out on the celebration. What does that look like for people like Oscar De La Hoya, for Golden Boy, for PBC, for Top Rank, for all these guys to sign new fighters and keep the fighters that they have on their roster, especially the big stars that really can be involved in huge mega fights and get big amounts, the largest, most lucrative amounts of money that they've gotten in this sport. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out and what comes out from it. My advice to the promoters here stateside, yo, man, it's time to start working together, man. I think the pressure is going to be on you guys to start making these fights. Excuses for having fighters that we want to see fight each other, not fight each other, but fight everybody else. It's going to get harder to hold up, especially, money wise, But what do you think, Ray?
Agreed. You couldn't have said it better. Like, there's no way that with the promoters being on this side of the street, these invisible lines dividing all types of, you got 4 corners and only 4 of them got fighters. Oscar got a little small camp. DAZN got a little small camp. You know what I mean? PBC, and then you have Top Rank. And then you have all these guys on these different sides, on these different corners. They're afraid to cross the street to put their fighters over there. And all that does, it creates more chaos, and we're not getting the fights we want to see. So now, at the end of the day, I think you have another promoter over there, DAZN too. But I'm just saying, when you go over to when you go over to Saudi Arabia, man, are you kidding me? These guys are like, yo, we don't care who your promoter is. We giving you this bag. You think you're worth this. We think he's worth that. You're coming over here. We're going to give you this bag. Yo, they put on a fight with 12 heavyweights, bro, or large guys. Right. 9 heavyweights. Pause, by the way, frequent, because I know you're ready to jump on that. 9 heavyweights was one cruiserweight, one light heavyweight, and then a super middleweight, I think it was.
Right, and a cruiserweight.
Yeah. Cruiserweight. So that was 14 fights, bro. Like 14 fights. That was insane. And guess what? Everyone tuned in because when they said the day of reckoning, they named that right. It's all big dude. Like, pause. It's all I can't even say the right words because I'm gonna be saying
all heavyweight.
All heavyweight.
all good fights, right?
Yeah, all good fights. There you go. They were all good fights. They were all top-notch fights over there, and we seen what they had to do. I think they're bringing something to the world that we need to see. Who we gonna get next? That's all. Like, what are they going? Are they going to do down? Now, you were mentioning something about a undisputed belt for heavyweight champion Claymore earlier that they made.
Yeah, man. So Turki Al-Sheikh seems, and I caught this late. I didn't even catch it when it happened. I caught it later, right? But so I guess Turki, that His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has they've made a new belt, an undisputed heavyweight belt. And like you said, it looks like it's going to be more like a Ring Magazine kind of situation. It's not going to eliminate the other belts, but they have a whole new belt. So for undisputed at in the heavyweight division. So I think Saudi Arabia has a vision of really taking over boxing even more than I thought they were going to. I don't even know how to put in words at the end of the day. Let me see. Saudi Arabia is doing a matchroom stable. Yes, they're doing that as well. That's another thing that they're doing as well. Big Sarge, this is definitely happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got a new belt that they're putting out for the heavyweights. That Tyson Fury, I guess Tyson Fury and the winner of Tyson Fury and Usyk will be getting this belt, and that'll be one of the belts that they're defending, part of that undisputed and that Ring Magazine belt. And they're going to add that belt to it, to where they'll be putting out a line between the winner of Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua. And yeah, they're doing a Matchroom versus Queensberry Stable. That's another fight that they're putting together. You know what I'm saying? There goes Ray. But that is a fight that they're putting together. I think that Saudi Arabia is a wild card, man. That's all I can say. It's a wild card for everybody involved in boxing, and more importantly, with the promoters in boxing who have been promoting in a certain way and matchmaking in particular a certain way. I think this brings something else into the game. What do you think, Frequent? Am I bugging?
Oh no, I love the idea of the Saudis coming into boxing and doing what they do to try to make the best fights and all. But at the same time, I am aware that it could possibly cause some friction, with the promoters and stuff over here, because they got fighters, that they're promoting, but then you got these Saudis throwing money. Yeah, I'm saying that these boxers,
They're
and
really doing that.
yeah, I think it could cause some friction because if I'm not mistaken, they didn't want Deontay Wilder to go over there and fight for that bag like that. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. That was the rumors.
Right.
Right.
Let me see. Versus Hitchinson's, what you think? Liam Paro versus Richard Hitchinson's. What do you think? Are they getting ready to fight? I don't think so. Isn't Richard getting ready to fight? What's his name, man? Is that a fight you're hearing about, Big Sarge? That's getting ready to happen? I don't know. What do I think of it if it does happen? I think it's a good fight. You know what I mean? I think I think that Richard Hitchinson is gonna win that pretty. Yeah, Catterall's he's fighting exactly. That's a fight that I knew was getting ready to come. But I think that fight could be a good fight. I think Richard Hitchinson's he's on that pathway to try to get to a WBC title fight. I know he's pretty much commented on not being interested on heading to any Subriel Matias type of route as far as the IBF is concerned, because he has concerns with the weight restrictions, the weight rehydration clauses and everything with that belt. And he says he's filling out pretty much like Devin Haney. So he's looking to go ahead in the direction to fight at Devin Haney. But I think that would be a decent fight. Let me see. Drop the link. Yep. One second.
I think.
Bear with me here. Let me go ahead and what you got a thought on it?
Man, I was saying I was gonna say I don't think that Hitchens got pop like that, but he can box though. He's a good boxer.
He don't got pop like that, but he could definitely box. Yeah,
he could definitely box. So should be a good fight.
Yeah.
I'm really curious on who Abdul Wahid is, aka Tank, is going to fight next. He kind of got everybody in suspense. Wondering who he's going to fight. We know it's not Pitbull
right now, right?
We know it's not going to be Pitbull. Well, we don't think it's going to be Pitbull. A lot of people didn't want it to be Pitbull, and now Pitbull's calling out other people. So I don't think he would be doing that if he had a Tank fight lined up.
Right. Yeah, I guess they're narrowing it down like Frank Martin and I hope it's not.
It's a couple other options. It could be De Los Santos.
De Los Santos would be a good fight, but nope.
It's probably not going to be him because he's coming off a loss though.
Rayo? You think so?
We don't want Rayo, but it might happen though.
So look, I explained the Rayo situation already, right? So one, Rayo's still going to be that money in the bank for him because Rayo just had that huge knockout. So that's going to generate some fan base. So that's a big name coming in currently in the current science of boxing, right? So last thing you did in the ring makes sense. So that right there makes something. And also remember, Tank needs to get something under his belt before he goes. I mean, he can go into a big fight if he wants, but I don't want to see him just jump into a big fight. I'd rather him go into something like that, you know what I mean? Get a tune-up or get a nice little challenging fight before he goes into something big. Because remember, he's got 3 hard fights at 135 or 2.5. I'll give him a half because I think Loma's getting older. But he's got some fights coming up. So you got Frank Martin, you still got Shakur. So
wait, why you think he need, like, if it almost sound like he's saying he need a tune up before he jump into a big fight?
Bro,
he ain't been like out of the ring for a long time.
Really? He's been out the ring since April, and they're talking about having his fight in March.
Yeah, I think he could do a tune up 100%.
Yeah, he needs something before he jump. Bro, it's a year.
Yeah.
He needs something.
Oh, you saying before he fight like Shakur or somebody like that?
Yeah. Right. Before he fights one of them guys. They was talking about what is it? Inouye and what's the name, right? Wasn't they saying Pacquiao? Nah. I really don't want to see that. I'll take it.
I heard Inouye. I thought that was fantasy talk. I don't think that was
I don't want to see Inouye. I don't think Tank wants to even go down in weight to fight Inouye. Like, that's just stupid. You know who I see fight Inouye down in weight? Loma first. And I much prefer it, honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At 130, you saying?
Yeah, 130, 126, whatever. Let Loma go down. I don't want to see nobody.
You think Loma could get down there?
Yeah, he can. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's that'd be a good fight. I ain't never hear nobody mention that fight right there. That matchup.
Which one?
Well,
that's a good one, Ray. Lomachenko and Inouye.
Yeah, but Loma has no dog in the fight on that fight. You know what I mean? So that's the issue.
If he moved, you
got to look at what's
not undisputed at 130, right?
No, it's 122. He's 4 weight classes down.
Right. Yeah, Loma ain't doing that.
That's what I'm saying. He would have to go to 126 or 130 or meet somewhere like, you know what I mean, 128. Like,
yeah, no, Loma ain't doing it. I don't even think Loma can make 126.
Would jump on that fight in 2 seconds, though. I think he'd jump on that fight real quick.
Yeah, I think if it presented itself, he would, because Loma can get down to because he fights at like 131 when he measures up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's right there.
I mean, Loma got a little bit of pop on him. He's not he's not a pillow fist puncher, but I think Inouye could weather that storm, and I think Loma would have to. I think that'd be a great fight.
They both got the same bounce step. You know what I mean? They got like that same counteraction when they fight. So
that whole Japan thing is still lingering for me with Inouye. I'm wondering if he come over here to fight, will he still be knocking people out like that?
Yeah.
With that, being legal to stack over there and all of that stuff, man.
Yeah. So, all right. So let me apologize first. My phone fell and hit the power button. It shut me down. So I had to. I was like,
all right, Ray. All right.
Yeah. Look, I was like in the middle of me talking too, like for real.
That's how Ray carrying it.
Yeah. So I was like, damn.
But I mean, guys, you got any? I don't know if we're gonna do a closing at this point. I don't know if there's anything we missed. Is there something we didn't speak on?
Yeah, we got Catterall and Hitchison. Did y'all touch on that?
Well, no, actually, a little bit.
Okay, yeah, okay. See, I didn't see a lot. Let me see what else.
No, we didn't. Like, actually, Big Sarge brought up Hitchinson and Liam Paro, saying what we thought about that, and then we talked about Catterall and Hitchins. I got no real comments on that though. I mean, I think that's gonna be a decent fight, but what you want to add to that one?
Two different fighters, two different styles of boxing. Like, these are both boxers. One with a style like Bivol, which is Catterall, which is just like straightforward jab, live off the jab, 1-2, 1-2, and then another one that has like a great mathematical footwork ability to throw off the jab and turn you. So it's a great fight, you know what I mean? And it can live up to a lot, and it can get challenging because one of these guys are going to come out their element and try to knock the other guy out, try to use some different styles. And that's where you're going to see the tables turn or go right.
Right. Yeah, I mean, two boxers, like you said, and I'm saying, I hope it's not boring, is what I hope. I hope Catterall, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you see two boxers jump in the ring, it can get weird. It can be real good or it can be real slow. We'll see. But I think that Catterall does bring that, he does come forward. You know what I mean? I think he will come forward on Hitchins, and I'm really hoping to see Hitchins kind of like evolve into like another chapter in his another stage in his boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see some things in there that make me see you in the ring with a Haney, or see you in the ring with a Subriel, or see you in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen those things yet. And you're ranked pretty. He's ranked pretty high in the WBC and the IBF. So it's going to be a matter of time before he's gonna get in there with a real big dog in a minute. It's gonna happen.
Right.
So I'm ready to see what Hitchens brings to the table.
Ray, how old is he, Ray?
Who?
Mazuma's actually live right now. I'm probably
he's live. Yeah, Mazuma's live.
Right.
How old is who? Hitchison?
Yeah.
25, 26, maybe. Yeah, he's a young. For us, he's young. But let me take a look. I don't want to I don't lie to you, kid. Let me get that right. I don't know why I called you kid. You like the oldest one in the room. I always say his name wrong. I'll be laughing. I call him everything but Richardson Hitchens. You just call it Hitchison too. Everybody do it.
Is Richardson
Hitchens or if it's Rich Hitchinson? Like
it's Richardson Hitchens.
Right.
But everybody
his first name is a last name, and his last name is a first name.
Yeah, he's 26. I was right.
Young bull. Yeah, it's about that time for him to show and prove, man. You know, he gets an opportunity here, but he's going to be in title contention soon. He's definitely one of them dudes that they're looking to put to give some opportunities to. And I like Richardson Hitchens. I like him, but I do agree. I think me and Ray spoke about this before. Like I want to see him evolve, and let's see what happens.
I do. I still think he's a step behind Haney, like in the ring.
Yeah.
A lot of people think he's going to be on Haney, and I'm like, bro, I watched him. I watched him so many matches of him. I literally watched back to back to back, and I'm like, bro, he's just like one step behind. It's not that he can't. A punch can change everything. We all know that, but
right.
It's just I look at his footwork and I look at his stay busyness and some like lack of he'll get better over time. His lack of setting up certain things. And then he had fighters where he set it up well, but then there was earlier fights. So, we'll see what happens. I got something I want to touch base on.
What's up?
Somebody threw this in the chat. And I actually thought it was pretty cool. Shakur versus Andy Cruz. Just a thought.
Shakur versus Andy Cruz. Ooh, that's a good fight, in my opinion. That is a good fight, family. Like, really? I mean, I think that's equivalent to like a Shakur and Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you think it is at this rate? You think it is? I mean, you got a silver medalist versus a gold medalist.
Andy's that dude. I think he got some real good boxing. I think he got good. He's good. He checks so many boxes. And I'll say this. I think it could potentially be that, right? Because Andy's only 2 fights into his professional career, but 3. One of them didn't count for some reason. I don't know why. So 2. And he has this amateur career that's just like he might be like one of the best amateurs in the history of amateurs, right?
Right.
Like at the end of the day, I think it could potentially be that kind of fight. Because when I think about Shakur fighting Lomachenko, I'm thinking about like a chess game. You know what I'm saying? A straight up chess game. And I feel like the same way with Andy. And I think Andy brings that aggression a little bit right now. Now he's working with Bozy Ennis, where bro, that'd be a good fight. That's all I can say. That'd be a good fight, man. Because Andy looks like he's coming in. And I don't think he would have the problems that De Los Santos had as far as chasing Shakur around. No, and I don't think ring off. Yeah, he'll cut the living daylights out that ring off. He'll be able to force the fight and make it happen. I think that'd be a great fight. I don't think that's a fight that's realistic.
Well, he's got a fight coming up on the 24th. I'm gonna
look Andy?
Against somebody, a Mexican guy with 2 losses.
I was gonna say I ain't never see Andy Cruz fight yet, so I can't really really judge on that. But hearing you say he only had 3 professional fights, I don't think he belonged in the ring with Shakur yet.
That's what I'm saying. He belonged in there as far as like his pedigree is really that guy. His record really doesn't represent his pedigree. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, with that many fights, I think he's too high of a risk and too low of a reward for Shakur. I don't think that fight would happen.
Okay. Well, the guy he's going to fight his name is Brian Zamerpa Rodriguez. Sorry, it took me a second there. Zamerpa Rodriguez. He's got and this is he's ranked number 8 in the IBF. So he's definitely a ranked fighter. I don't know if it's like on the international lightweight, like the Intercontinental belt, or is it through the regular IBF belt? I'm about to check that too. But it seems like we might have something here.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, because if this guy's ranked number 8 and they got him fighting a guy that's number 8, you know what that means.
Hey Ray, I meant to ask you about Catterall when we was talking about that. Who did Catterall beat? Is that the guy who beat Tio? Or at least people thought he beat Tio?
No, Josh Taylor.
Oh, Josh Taylor, okay.
Yeah, Josh Taylor. All right, so let's see what this guy's about. Let's see where he is, where he's ranked.
Yeah.
He's 14-2, so he's a really, he's got some skill set. I mean, 2 losses ain't nothing to me but he doesn't. Let me see.
Are you serious, Big Sarge?
What happened?
Yes, he did. Yes. I'm glad he said that. Yes, that's something we didn't even bring up.
He's a good fighter, man.
Yes, he did. Tio's making moves, man. Actually, so it gets better. I'm lying. He's ranked number 8 in Mexico and number 74 in the world. Yeah, that's not a good look. That's not a good look for him. But he's got a pretty good record. So he ain't bad. We'll see what happens. You still there, Clay?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, so I heard some noises in the background. Was that frequent flying his drones?
Probably.
No, I had my mic on mute, but I dropped something. It must have still came through even on mute.
Yeah, I was like, "What's that?" I thought Claymore fell in the background. I was like, "You ruining his set." Oh man, I'm just messing around, Clay. Yeah, so that seems like that could be a good fight. Now you were asking me about who frequent, because I was looking that up.
Oh, Catterall.
What about him?
You said he beat Josh Taylor, or Josh Taylor looked bad against him.
So here's the thing. Josh Taylor hasn't been the same since Regis. Regis beat the brakes off of him, should have won that fight, but they gave it to Josh in a split decision. It was a tough fight for Regis, but the next fight for Josh Taylor, because remember, he suffered some injuries, and he took like a year and a half off, then came back, fought Catterall, damn near lost that fight too, and everybody thought everyone thought he won. It was crazy. Then turned around, took a whole another hiatus, dropped 2 belts, ended up dropping another belt. Actually, they stripped him of one, and then he ended up fighting Tio and getting washed. So he only had 3 fights, and he actually had a longer hiatus than Earl in 3 years. It's crazy, but yeah, he's what's the name, changed his life. So everybody better think Regis, Mr. Can't Touch Devin. Because he beat the daggone brain snot out of Josh Taylor.
Jack, oh boy. Jackie boy, oh Jackie boy.
See, we got some real boxing fans up here. Yo, Ross Clark, I understand what you're saying, bro. I feel you. Yeah, he ain't never the same. He wasn't. Neither one of them actually were the same. I think that took a toll on both of them. But at least Regis, he bounced back, because he took a little hiatus too. I think he was out for he took a fight maybe in that 6-month period, and then he took a hiatus for almost a year. And then he came back again to fight, and then nobody wanted to fight him too. So it was another thing is people were they didn't want to fight Regis at one point. So it was that bad for him. He couldn't get a fight. He was the Matias of the division that everybody's calling Matias now, basically.
Yeah, I remember that. And a lot of people thought that Regis beat Josh Taylor.
Oh yeah, he should have.
That the fix was in.
Listen, that dude looked like he had. You ever see a prune? Like somebody step on a prune and go look at Josh Taylor's eye. Go pull up a picture of Josh Taylor's eye when he got beat up by Regis. It looked like
what's Josh Taylor even doing right now?
He's moved up to 147.
He went to 147, but
I was gonna say he looked like he was too big for the division.
They
So
all
he
are.
moved up,
A lot of them are. I told you, all these guys walk around heavy, frequent. All these guys, they just fight at lighter weights because they're too small to fight at the next division. Like, and that's why they stay there. But what happens is you get guy like Regis is not a tall guy. He goes up to 147. He ain't lasting long. He get past some of the lower ranked guys, but when it comes to the elite fighters, he's got to show his ass, and that's what it is. And that's all of them. Like imagine Sean Porter. Like Sean Porter, it would have been the same boat. A lot of people don't realize when Sean Porter rehydrated, bro, he was coming in the ring huge. He was another one coming in because Sean Porter's was when he was boxing, he was like 190 pounds walking around, and he would get ready for a fight at 147. Rehydrate,
big dude for real.
Yeah, walk around. Walk into the ring probably, 167, 168, maybe 190. 170. So, like I said, they all play them games. And then Sean's short too, so you really don't see it as much as him because he's a shorter guy. And
right.
But yeah, he only lasted in that division because of his size. Remember, the guy fought Usyk in the Olympic. Was it the Olympics or the amateurs? They were fighting at 167. They were fighting at middleweight. So that just goes to show you where Sean Porter is.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of things that
Sean Porter goes to the Hall of Fame, you think?
Yeah. You know why? Because he's a dog. And you know what makes people like people? Being a dog.
Yeah.
When you get in there with everybody, you hold titles, and you never stop fighting champions. Because remember, most of his fights in the later of his career was all champions.
All of them.
Yeah.
Like what the last like
10 fights was like championship fights.
Bro, like,
either he had a belt or he took a belt. Yep. Or he lost to a champ.
And he fought all the names that counted too. Like, right. Did he miss anybody?
For
Danny,
he missed Boots.
But Boots wasn't there when Boots wasn't a factor.
He retired. He said something about Boots ain't ready for a fight. Boots called him out, and he's like, "Nah, I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I don't want to fight you." Boots said, "Fight me then," because Boots was trying to get a fight with a big name. That's what he wanted. And Sean was like, "I ain't stupid."
I agree with you, man. That's something to. Yeah, this is a big fight for Teo, man. This is a big fight, man. Huge. He says that's why I question Teofimo real status as the guy 140 due to the decline of Josh Taylor and how he looked against Sandor Martin. Yeah. His fights, even though he looked great against Josh Taylor, we could throw shots at Josh Taylor, right? We could be like, yeah, but that guy was ready to go to 147. He wasn't looking like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't looking like the Josh Taylor that we know. And then, Sandor Martin is a lot of people feel like Sandor Martin won that fight.
He did. Bro, you got two knockdowns. You got two knockdowns. You know what I mean? They only counted one. The guy headbutted you to break the bridge in your nose and still lost. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
So this fight right here is really. That's why I'm telling you, man. I mean, I'm not telling you because we talked about this and you already feel like you're already calling it. You're already calling it. You're not even biting your tongue on it.
I seen so many people in the chat agreeing with me, like, yo, Teo is about to lose to Jermaine Taylor. I think frequent like, no, he ain't. But you know what's crazy about that? I don't know if they'll fight though because they're both Muslim. You can jump in on this frequent because I know you are. But Jermaine Taylor and Devin for unified. But
that's a weird conversation, by the way, because they asked Bill about that.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. They're real cool.
Asked Jermaine about it, and Jermaine was like, "Yo, all I can say is we have an understanding. We like he really just trying to make it like not out of the question,
right?
Not out of the question, but I don't know, man. He's basically saying whatever. I'll tell you what. One thing that Jermaine did say: Muslims box Muslims every day.
Yeah.
That's what he definitely said. And he was answering the question in a reference towards Devin Haney and him fighting.
Yeah, because I think it's more of they're not allowed to they're not supposed to slaughter each other. As far as fighting, in sport, I think
They're not
it's
supposed to
different.
slug against each other.
Slaughter. Like I think when they say
Abdul
fight,
Wahid is Tank is Muslim too though now.
yeah, no. What I'm saying is,
But he ain't living by the Muslim rules just yet. He ain't sure that he's going to do that.
The nigga bought a
he still got to do it.
Yeah, he had a kielbasa sandwich this morning, yo. He ain't living by.
I don't know. I think he's keeping it 100, like on outside the ring.
Yeah,
I think he's being disciplined. I could picture him doing that.
Yeah, he's definitely.
But I'm wondering inside the ring if he's gonna. Does that mean he's gonna not slaughter another Muslim if they get in the ring with him? I don't know. What do you think, Frequent?
I don't know. Like a lot of people who be Muslims be doing a lot of things that they're not supposed to be doing.
Period.
Who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? Period. There's so many things, outside of just boxing,
Right.
But yeah, that's one of the things too. Yeah, I mean, beating up your brother, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, he's a human being, and we're all creatures of habits. And what you've been doing most of your life,
he is helping Jermaine Ortiz get ready. You're right.
Yeah,
I seen the video too on Twitter. I seen it. I was like,
that's kind of like Jamal and Jamel Charlo. Yeah, I'm saying they were saying that at one point that they'd never fight, but they've been going through some stuff now. It's like I don't know. You be wondering they fight.
It's not as long as they mama alive.
I still don't think they'll fight because so that you know where that came from? I don't think that's gonna happen. You wonder where that came from? That interview they did together.
Yeah,
I forgot who did it, and they were speaking over top of each other and revealing each other's facts and.
That was I'm about to tell you who it was right now,
and
bro.
Then,
that was
and then when
that was that boy who played for Miami and played for
I know you're talking about that's
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall, yes.
Brandon Marshall show. I don't remember what it's called.
When he because what happened was
I Am Athlete. My bad. I Am Athlete. Go ahead.
When Jamel didn't like the fact that Jamal was looking weak on camera. You could see it in his face. He was like, I don't like this vibe. Jamal's trying to tell him he's going through stuff, and you can see him telling him like, yo, I love my brother, this and that. He's like, how you feel, Jamel? And Jamel's like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like on that weirdness. And I'm like, yeah. So at the end of the day, that's what it was. Like for real. That's what it was.
Jamel is something different, man.
Yeah, he had some issues there, and it might have been something before that. You know what I mean? We don't know, but it was definitely a lot telling in that interview. A lot.
Yeah.
So what you said? He said he would never fight Devin Haney or something like that because they Muslim.
Who said that?
What we was just talking about. Who you said? You said he was training with Devin. And
no. I didn't say that. No. That's not what I said. I said we can get your opinion on that. I said Jermaine Ortiz is also Muslim. I said that he's training with Bill. I said, but I wonder if that stops them from fighting each other if he beats Teo, is what I was saying. I said, but then again, you know what I mean? It's for sport. I don't think it's about it's really not about, you know what I mean, entertainment. I know still it's the law is the law of Allah. I get that. But I wonder if they just fight just because, you know what I mean? Like, how does that work out with them two? They just hold the belts and then move up together? Like, do they become the new Shakur and Devin? You know what I mean? Because Shakur running out of friends. We got to talk about that too.
Shakur ain't got no friends. Everybody turning on him.
Yo, he got to run out of friends. But but I'm just saying, do they become the new Shakur and Devin? Because they've been cool for a while. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think stablemates should fight each other, man.
No,
it's weird though. In the same, they're not stablemates.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if the Haney Promotions
signed. You said they're not stablemates. I thought Bill. You said Bill training them.
Yeah,
it's weird. That's why I said it's a weird thing because Bill is over there helping him train him, but he's not on the Devin Haney Promotions. Jermaine Ortiz is doing his own thing.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Because I always thought it was weird when they were saying that Jamel Charlo should fight Errol, and I was like, well, both of them got the same trainer, Derek James, so that puts Derek James in a weird spot. If they decide to fight each other, who you gonna train? Who corner you gonna be in?
He would be in Earl's corner because Jamel has another trainer.
Roscoe says he doesn't think Shakur is that good. Man, everybody mad at Shakur for that fight he had, man. I'm not going to defend him, bro. I feel you, Roscoe.
Can I tell you something, Claymore? You only as good as your last fight. You only as good as your last fight. No, you only as good as your last fight. And you know how I was riding with that dude. He talked so much shit when Loma damn near won that fight against Devin. But then he get in the ring and throw a stinker up. Got on his tricycle because he ain't got a bicycle. Got on his tricycle, ran away from this dude. He has this man. He didn't have a ring. You see the ring that Better Be Ever was in? His shit was like double the size of that.
Yeah, the ring that Better Be Ever was like the size of my garage.
Right. And his shit was like your house. Shakur was in your house running around. I don't know how big your house is, but let's just take it for what it is.
It's a house.
Yeah, he had an acre to run around. That man wasn't catching him. And you know what I said though? What he should have did, and I know everybody seen the Macarena he did in the ring when he did that little spin around. He should have just ran up on him because Shakur was looking like he dropped his guard. I said, he should just ran on him real quick and just started hitting him. I said, Shakur wouldn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Because he just watched him dance like, he's spun around the ring. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I want to see Shakur fight again. That's what I think. I think I want to see him fight again.
He does.
Yeah, that's it. I want to see him fight. And Shakur, man, if by any chance you run across this video, man,
I want to see him fight too. Listen, I know he's better than that.
Yeah,
I know he's better than that. So I don't hate him. You know what I mean, for doing what he did. But at the same, because he's in question. He got to live with it. It ain't me. It's what he did. You know what I mean?
But let me ask you this: can he redeem himself? And change your mind and be like, oh man,
no. Listen, it's a fight. So let me just throw this out there. Frank had a poor performance last year. Devin had a poor performance last year. Shakur had one. Earl had one. You know what I mean? There's a lot of poor performance. It was Fulton had one. I don't discount none of these guys for being talented boxers and champions. None of them. But I do look at it like, seriously, at the same time, like Teal had a bad performance. It was a year of the bad performance. It was a year of the big fights and bad performances. I'll give you that. This year is going to be the year of
redemption.
Fight. Yes. And you're going to also see some upsets. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I was going to say I ain't the biggest Shakur fan. I ain't no Shakur fan or nothing like that. But I ain't no hater either. I got to keep it real, man. I tease Shakur and everything, call him Shakur Speeding Sin and all of that stuff for running that fight. But Shakur said he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? And KO, you know what I'm saying, say he had copies of the MRI. You know what I'm saying? Saying that he actually had some issues. He had a shoulder injury and a hand injury. So, being as though it was legit, then we got to I feel like we got to give him a pass for that performance, I mean, we got medical records, bro.
Look. I'm going to give you one even better. I'm going to make you laugh. I don't know if I sent it to you, Claymore, but I have found a guy on Instagram that he was taking his cousin's picture in Philadelphia, some wrestler. And I guess he follows him around, but he was at the Shakur trainings. Shakur's knuckle looked the same way like 7 months ago, 8 months ago. So that's what I said. Is it his hand? Is it his shoulder? Is it his stomach for eating Twinkies before the fight? Like, what was it?
But we know now from the MRI, it was his hand and his shoulder.
That MRI could have been anybody MRI, dog.
Okay, well, I say we're going on record to say that at the end of the day, what it was for sure is a bad fight.
Yes, sir.
That's what it was. It was a bad fight by Shakur, but at the same time, we've seen him in some decent fights and some good fights.
Listen.
So, and in comparison to the good fights he had, this was an extreme other direction version of who we know Shakur to be.
I mean,
So you saying we can't give him a pass for that?
Nope. You know why? You know why? No, I'm not giving him a pass because that man got on stage.
No, we shouldn't give him no pass. We should not give him a pass.
He got on stage, got in this man's face, and said, "I'm gonna make you say my name right. I'm gonna smack those glasses off your face." Yo, he looked bigger before. I see him in person. He ain't even that big. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him. Excuse my language, but that's what he said. Right. I didn't say it.
Right.
And he got in that ring and he ran for the hills.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I don't care. I feel like if we can't.
So hold on. If we can't hold Earl accountable for being hurt in his fight, we can't hold Shakur for being hurt in his fight.
That's what I was going to
say. He climbed in them damn ropes. He knew what he was getting into with a new contract from Reebok.
So Earl don't get no pass either, huh?
I'm just saying. Wow. If we can't give Shakur one, we can't give Earl one. Listen,
Earl couldn't see, bro. He had a cataract.
Let me tell you something. You come if you have a bad day at work, you have a bad day at work. Some people
he ain't decompressed from that mountain run, bro.
I don't listen. Those are excuses. At the end of
the day, he was sitting on the shelf for like over a year.
Listen, unless you that dude, those are excuses that you're giving him. It doesn't matter what he says. He's just giving the fans information. But at the end of the day, Frequent, you got to understand. The man lost the fight. His
rib was broke, bro.
Okay, but it's documented. He lost the fight. You can tell me whatever you want.
Yo, Frequent, it sounds like you making jokes right now, bro.
Look.
He had all those issues wrong with him, bro, and you can't give him a pass for one.
Earl's my guy.
His retina was detached, man. Come on, man. He had altitude sickness, man.
Right. Earl is my guy. But he climbed in those ropes knowing what was wrong with him. Was he just dumb enough to think he can just bully this dude with all his injuries and ailments? Or was he just like, yeah, well, you go. So then you lost.
I think he thought he could. I think he could.
And that's the problem.
I think at the end of the day,
Earl had 99 problems, bro. And the chick wasn't one.
Nah, he had his chick. He had his chick. His chick was straight. She was on point. That she was not.
That's why I said the chick wasn't one.
Frequent. Yeah. You need to stop talking about people's chicks for the rest of the day. No more of that.
Yeah, you already been kind of like, you know what I mean?
You done. No more relationship talk from you.
I'm gonna say it like this: everybody has to be held accountable,
right?
And I have no problem with accountability, man. At the end of the day, no matter what the reasoning was, just like you said, the reality is he came into the ring and you walked in between them ropes, and you were supposed to fight. At the end of the day, though, we're not going to act like he lost either. Right, he won his fight.
He won his fight.
He's a WBC champion. And in his next fight, we expect him to right the wrongs. And what's more important is he knows he has to right his wrong. He's already spoken on it and let it be known. Like on my next fight, I'm gonna really show y'all, and that's what I'm excited to see is his next fight.
So let's check it. Devin gave a semi terrible performance against Loma, right? To most people's eyes. Shut up, Freaky. Don't answer that, please. In all due respect. He got in that ring with Regis and proved to the world that he's better than that. Did he not?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see what happens in the next fight. You're only as good as your last fight. Because like I said, they was clowning the hell out of Devin. They still clown Devin over Loma. They still clown him. Because he washed Regis. Like, it was like 5 seconds ago. Oh, my God. I didn't see that coming. All right, it went by already. Let's go back to the other one. Let's rewind it. It's like they live in the past. Bro.
I see now I'm going to have to hop in the lab and make up some Loma memes and stuff, man. Him crying and all of that stuff to try to even the tide.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question, man. Not to get off the topic, but heading into this heavyweight fight between Ngannou and Anthony Joshua, right? What do you think the chances are for Ngannou to upset Joshua in reality? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it might happen because I might have to make dua for him to really? knock him smooth the heck out.
You want Anthony to go down?
I want him to get knocked smooth the heck out so we can get the Wilder fight, man. He trying to use this as an excuse to duck Wilder because Wilder lost, man. That's the fight we want to see. You've been ducking him long enough. Let's get it.
This ain't no excuses, man. Wilder didn't do his job, bro. He lost, bro.
Right.
What about when AJ didn't do his job by signing the contract, bro?
Okay, I mean, look,
all of these years, man, he knew he's supposed to. He done waited for Deontay Wilder to lose to Fury, man. He had to get Fury off the couch, man. Fury is at home sitting on the couch watching the fights.
Because I've heard different versions of this story, bro. I've heard people who say that it wasn't getting Fury off the couch. I heard people who saying Deontay chose to pull Fury off the couch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Deontay Wilder pulled Fury off the couch.
Anthony.
He did that because he did that because Joshua wouldn't fight him.
I don't know about that part. I'm telling you, I've heard different versions of that story, bro.
Oh man, Eddie Hearn was making up all types of excuses, man. I'll offer him all this money.
The people in England have a different version of it, bro. I've heard the Englishmen in some of these rooms. If the Englishmen got a different version of that story,
you know they be lying over there, bro. They weird over there, kind of.
Don't make me do
talking about chocolate brownies and stuff, bro. Come on.
Don't make me do my Joe A voice there for Claymore. No Joe A voice. You know how to get on there. Okay. Yeah, don't make me do it.
Bottom line, though, he knew that the world wanted to see that Wilder versus AJ fight, man, and he was holding it up. He was the one holding it up, acting all shaky and everything, and Eddie Hearn slithering around, bro. Talking about where the money coming from. If somebody offer you a fight with a huge lump sum of money, why you gotta ask where the money coming from if you know it's Al Heyman and the guys, man?
Who the fuck is that guy?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying at the end of the day, man, Wilder did not do what he was supposed to do for that fight to happen. There's accountability, bro. I hear what you want, but you cannot deny what Wilder did, which is
how many times AJ ain't do what he was supposed to do. He lost to Andy Ruiz. He lost to Usyk. Come on, man.
Usyk is a champion. He's about to fight for undisputed, fam.
Look at AJ. AJ don't even got the belts no more, bro. He fumbled the bag.
Guess who belts Usyk got?
All right.
To be fair, all of them got Tyson Fury belts because he ain't lose it in the ring. All of those belts was Tyson Fury's, bro.
Why won't you point your anger in the right direction, which is Deontay Wilder? You know that's who you're supposed to be mad at right now. That's who everybody's supposed to be mad at, and that's who they mad at. It's Wilder, bro. He dropped the bag. He went up in the ring, and he didn't win a round. Frequent, bro. He didn't win a round. I
still don't subscribe to that. Y'all say he had to win one round, bro.
He
had to win like the first or the second round, bro.
What?
The rounds when he was running. Rounds when he was trying to catch him with the right hand and the ball was running.
Who ran? He wasn't, man. Frequent.
Listen, Wilder didn't win a round, bro. I'm telling you, bro. And I watched it twice. It was horrible. He did not win a round.
Well, I hope AJ don't win a round.
I mean,
you got pure hate in your heart, bro.
It's not hate. I just want him to get. I just want to see that fight, bro. I want to see Wilder versus AJ. That's what we want to see, man. We don't want to see Ngannou.
Frequent. The hate is visceral. You hear me? It's visceral. You need to, you know what I'm saying? As a Muslim man, I think you need to audit your feelings, bro. You need to audit your energy. Who you think
I'm hating on? Who do I hate?
You are hating on Anthony Joshua, bro. You are hating on Anthony Joshua.
I want Anthony Joshua to fight who we want to see him fight. You want to see him fight Ngannou, bro? You want to see him fight Ngannou?
I got somebody who wants some smoke with you. I got somebody in the backstage who wants some smoke with you. Should I let him in? He wants some smoke with you.
You can let somebody in.
All right. Yo, shout out to Ross Clot, letting it be known, man. Go ahead. Talk about it, man.
I agree with you. Everybody, they do want to see the AJ and Wilder fight. The problem with that is Wilder just lost his last fight. There's no going around that. He just lost his last fight. The whole press conference, the brother was overlooking Parker. Some of the boxing fans was overlooking Parker. I overlooked Parker. I was in every chat saying Wilder is knocking this dude out within 4 rounds. You could find me in every chat. He gonna get knocked out. Parker getting knocked out. He not the same no more. He getting knocked out. And he freaking surprised all of us. He outclassed Wilder. He didn't
Wilder
do his
was out
part.
the ring for a long time, though, bro.
No,
Listen,
that's not. No, listen, brother. That's
On
not.
top of
I'm
that,
not
AJ
going
got
by
the
the
soft
excuses. I'm not going by the excuses. I'm just stating what the fact is. The fact is he overlooked his opponent and he lost. AJ
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Did AJ get a soft touch? Who was the harder fight? The person AJ fought or the person Wilder fought?
The person Wilder fought, without a doubt.
Let me give you two answers to that, because I'm gonna say Parker. I'm gonna give you two answers. I think Parker is the harder fight to that. But the flip side to that is the guy that AJ fought is the same guy that damn near beat the crap out of Fury. Yep. So yes, on paper, Parker is the better fighter. But
talk to him, Rough Clyde.
Right, but on paper, Parker is the better fighter. I think Parker is the better fighter, but we can't overlook what the guy did to Fury. Come on now, that was one of the reasons why Wilder was like, yeah, let's hurry up and get this rematch. This dude ain't the same no more, and then he got beat.
Yo, I heard from on the inside that nobody wanted to fight Parker, bro. I heard Parker was supposed to fight AJ, and AJ didn't want to fight him. And so to get things moving, Wilder was like, I'll fight the dude.
Okay, that's fine. Let's say that is the truth about it. Let's say that's the truth. What does that do for Wilder? He didn't win. He didn't win.
Lose bad.
But he didn't win, brother. But listen, he didn't win. I was rooting. I wanted Wilder to win. We all wanted Wilder to win. Everybody was picking Wilder to win. 85%.
Why did we want Wilder to win, though?
Because we wanted
Wilder to win
AJ.
for the same reason everybody wanted Wilder to win. We wanted to see AJ fight.
Because we wanted to see Wilder AJ. So what's wrong with me wanting to? So what's wrong with me wanting AJ to lose so we can get the fight that we want to see?
Nothing's wrong with it. You're entitled to pick. To have it feel how you want.
I think that's messed up. I ain't gonna hold you. I think wanting AJ to lose just so he can go down and fight down. I think that's messed up. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I think it's messed up.
But at the end of the day, listen, brother, at the end of the day, whether they fight tonight, whether they fight tomorrow, whether they fight next week, we are not seeing these two guys at their best. So it don't even matter. Whoever wins, it's just going to be Wilder fans versus AJ fans all over again. And that's the sad part about it, because they're not fighting in their prime. And that's just that. Right. So it doesn't even matter if they fight. These dudes ain't even at their best anymore.
So we shouldn't see him fight?
No, I didn't say that. I just said I still want to see them fight, but they're not at their best. It won't be the fight that it should have been when it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's all facts, but I say better now than never.
First of all, I'm gonna add something on here to make y'all I'm gonna make you really mad frequent. I think Anthony Joshua gonna knock Wilder out, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Wilder built like that.
Hey, you know what? I'll be fine with that. All these years of ducking the smoke, you better knock him out or do something, bro.
Why you wishing him to lose, bro? That's messed up to wish him to lose, bro. You know that don't even go against anything you are, bro. You wishing that man to lose, bro. You should just wish Deontay to win his next match, bro, so he can get back into the conversation.
Right. So Claymore, let me say this piece to the brother, because I think you might be younger than me and probably younger than Claymore. Me and Claymore look to be about the same age. So let me break down to you. You remember Lou DiBella? You don't even know. You remember Lou DiBella? Yeah. You remember Lou DiBella, brother?
Yeah, for sure.
So explain to us what happened to Lou DiBella.
What do you mean?
No, I'm talking to the brother. I'm talking to the brother who want AJ to lose. Tell us what happened to Lou DiBella.
I don't know. What you trying to say?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what happened to Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella went behind Al Heyman's contract. I mean Al Heyman's permission and had a deal signed and sealed for AJ and Wilder to fight, and he got fired. He got fired.
I remember that.
He got fired because Al Heyman did not want to risk Wilder losing to AJ when AJ was at the top. This is way before the Andy Ruiz fluke fight. This is way before that. He got fired, and that was that, and it was never spoken again. So all that talk about AJ didn't want the smoke, that is all false. Al Heyman and his team fired this guy when they had $50 million on the table and it was signed. It was ready. All my man had to do is get permission from Al Heyman to sign the contract. And
so
we all know
talking about right now, Frequent.
And we all know that Al Heyman is not just a damn advisor. That man is the promoter for PBC. Because you don't have no advisor has the authority to fire someone. And this man got fired. You could pull up the article. It's up there on Google. Lou DiBella was going to sign one of the biggest heavyweight fights of all time. And it didn't happen because Heyman did not want it. So when we're talking about AJ ducking, these dudes who I don't know who ducked who, but I know for a fact that Lou DiBella got fired because he was about to sign a fight. And all we needed was a signature.
Man.
You talking about the fight for AJ Wilder?
AJ Wilder. Go, you can Google it.
I heard you
can Google it.
Real talk. This is real talk.
It's right there.
January
and who had this article? Yahoo Sports,
Ray.
bro.
Yo, Ray, talk to him, Ray. Tell him it ain't a lie, Ray.
Look, January 2020, bro.
Listen, man. Come on.
This is misinformation, bro.
3 years.
Ross Block comes with the facts.
Yo,
Lady Shan said you're gonna have to keep up with the frequent boxing news, my guy. Frequent said it's the fake news. He said it's fake news.
Fake news, bro.
Every single page, bro. Even Eddie Hearn was like,
fake news.
It's on Yahoo Sports, ain't it?
It's on all them. Look, it's so bad they got it on Pinterest, bro. Like for real, like.
Come on, bro. That's misinformation, man.
Yo, I'm dead.
I heard this, though. This is real life. By the way, all jokes aside, this really happened. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I heard about. And he Rob Scott.
Lou DiBella got fired for trying to make Wilder versus AJ.
He got fired right while that contract was being made. I'm not willing to say that he got fired because he was trying to make the fight, but I'm saying while he was making the fight, he got fired. Why would he get fired? Why would you fire him during around the time when you're about to make the biggest deal for your fighter? Why would you fire him? I don't know. Big Smart says sounds like Al Heyman is doing the same thing with the protection of Abdul Wahid and Errol Spence Jr. for years. Wow.
Yo, what that say? What that say?
Yep. And again, brother, this is not no slander on Wilder. This is not no slander on AJ. None of them. I'm a boxing fan first. I'm just telling you what the facts was. And I don't follow the business all like that. But when I heard about Lou DiBella getting fired at the time that it happened, and we was all going back and forth reading articles, we was like, oh man, we know why this man got fired. Everybody knew why this man got fired.
So you admitting that y'all just tied it to that situation, but y'all don't have no proof
that it happened. I can't say that
y'all don't have no proof that it was y'all just trying to tie it to that situation.
Brother.
It say it. In every single package on Google it say it. But listen, Frequent, do me a favor. You took this L. Don't even break this. Just move on, bro. Let's go to the topic. At the end of the day,
you can't get a W with unfounded facts, bro.
I'm looking at it, bro.
You know, I'm saying that he's saying that he can't confirm that it was tied to Deontay Wilder versus AJ, but he's saying we know why he got fired. Come on, bro.
All right, so
a random firing of a guy.
I think if you,
I got it.
I think if you,
how you explain when Al Heyman offered that big lump sum of money to Eddie Hearn to make the AJ versus Wilder fight, and Eddie Hearn said, "Where's the money coming from?" and didn't want to sign because he said, "Where's the money coming from?" Come on, bro, just sign it.
I think you moving the goalposts because we hit you with some facts, and it's okay.
That facts with unfounded.
I don't know.
I'm trying to have our boys back, but he's looking crazy out here in these streets right now.
I can't help him.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I done had this conversation with a lot of Wilder fans, and it turns just like this. So, hey, it is what it is. You ain't gonna believe it. It's fine. The fight didn't happen. They're not fighting in their prime, and that's just that. It is what it is.
Yo, Frequent. He said you delusional. He can't do nothing for you. He said you delusional. I understand. I can't do nothing for you. You don't want to see with your eyes, Frequent. You only see with your heart. You only want to see with your heart, bro.
How when he said Lou Bella got fired, and so we know why he got fired.
Frequent can only see with his heart, bro. That man got a big heart. He can only see with his heart, bro. I understand.
Yo,
I understand, bro.
Hit that button. Hit that button. He just got sprayed.
Bro, we know it was public that Eddie Hearn turned down the deal with Al Heyman offered. But you're talking about something that's shrouded in mystery, saying, "Oh, Lou DiBella got fired," and it was right around the time that the Wilder AJ fight was going on. So we know why.
Listen, I just sent the link. I just sent the link to you, bro. I just texted you the link of the video. You know what I'm saying? I put in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder fight Lou DiBella for getting him a huge fight offer with Anthony Joshua. And you got Eddie Hearns on there, you know what I'm saying, who's going to break the story down. And then, you know, let's keep it 100. It's right there, bro. I'm going to send it right to you, bro. Because you know how we do it. Matter of fact.
Lady Chan in the building.
Lady Chan.
Bro, come on,
Lady
bro.
Chan.
We all know on here. Eddie Hearn has a forked tongue, bro.
Oh no!
We know about all the lies that Eddie Hearn has told, bro.
The links in the chat. Anybody wants to see the video? The links in the chat. The links in the chat, man.
No, this is crazy.
Frequent. Look, Frequent. By the way, he's an OG in here. By the way, Frequent Fly is the OG. Y'all don't even know. By the way, that's why I put up there. Lady Shan said, "How old is this guy?" Freaking, do you want to tell them how old you are? Or do you want to just keep it a mystery for them? You want to respect
No. I was 51, but I turned 52 when y'all aged me out in the back earlier.
Okay,
I was in the back for a year.
You sound like a teenager, man. That's cool. You sound like a teenager.
No, we only could wish we sound as young and look as young as Frequent Flyer, bro.
Right.
When we hit that age, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the vegan diet, right? Right, Frequent? We only eating like rabbit food.
Oh no, I ain't no vegan.
I know.
At all. No, I ain't no vegan.
Roast beef all day.
Spring water and salads, bro. That's how you get to look like Frequent, bro. Spring water and fresh garden salads, bro.
I just don't eat no pork. You know, I'm Muslim, so we be fasting and stuff, you know.
Right.
That give your system time to recover from all of these harsh chemicals and substances that we put into our body and all of that.
Right,
you know,
right.
I don't eat pork
I
either.
guess I attribute it to that.
Look, Lady Sham don't believe it. Lady Shan don't believe it. She don't believe it, bro. She don't believe it. I feel you, Lady Shan. I feel you. I know. Trust me. When we found out, we was like, what? Who is this guy? Oh, we been talking to him forever. What? He's a stranger. We had to start saying sir to him, and
now I'm trying to tell me I can't call him the OG no more.
You sound crazy calling him an OG, bro. You old. You like his age. Yeah, he felt some kind of way.
Yeah, OGs call each other OGs, though, bro.
You graduated a year after me.
That's true. That's true.
He been calling him OG the whole time for now. Got uncomfortable. Like, yo, bro, don't ever call me
now, if I was calling him old head, that would be a whole different story. If I was saying old head,
or We're calling him Unk.
Yeah, or calling him Unk. For sure. But nah, man. Look, at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder didn't do his job, man. I didn't need to send you the link to that video to make it even worse for you, to hurt your feelings. Because now you might really have to look at Deontay funny now. Because at first you were just looking at him funny because, man, he didn't do his job, but you still think he got it. But the reality is this man had an opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua a long time ago. He had the people who put the paperwork in line to do it.
Oh, no, we not going to throw that duck on Wilder, man. No, bro.
I'm not saying
that duck is on AJ, bro. Y'all trying to flip the flag.
But we can't throw the duck on AJ now. Like, we can't. I'm not putting the duck on Deontay. I'm going to say that was Al Heyman. And Al Heyman, who moved his pieces around on the board to make sure that his fighter, who was knocking everybody out, was protected, and he wanted to keep the value of his fighter there. So I'm not gonna put on Deontay. But at the end of the day, we can't put it on AJ because clearly AJ was available, making himself available for a fight with Deontay. This is facts right now.
Bro, he wasn't, bro. I was there. Y'all wasn't there, bro.
He was.
I was there, bro. I was here for all of this. I've been watching boxing for a while, bro.
Hey, do you?
That's why they can't trick me up about that franchise champion stuff, because I was here for all of that when it came into existence. You know, all of that, man.
Hey, frequent.
Bro.
Was you there when Wilder fought this guy named Dan Sheehan? Dan Sheehan has 39 losses. Can you explain that one?
Oh, he was padding.
You know, I was gonna stay quiet for that
padding his
one.
record. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody else would fight him.
You frequent liar, bro.
Nobody else wouldn't fight him, bro.
Somebody else caught on, huh?
Somebody else caught on to the nickname. Oh,
do you know that? Do you know that Wilder had an opportunity to fight Vlad?
Salute, Fred Nantera.
Do you know frequent? What happened with Wilder having he had a shot to fight Vlad? How come that fight didn't happen?
Vlad who?
Vladimir. He had a shot. Yeah. He had a chance to fight him.
Klitschko?
How come that fight didn't happen?
Klitschko, dog.
I don't know.
But you said you was there from the beginning.
No, I was there, but I know that people were saying that Klitschko turned down the fight, but I don't know how true that is.
Nobody want to fight Wilder. I see. Okay.
No, people were saying Klitschko turned down the fight because it was
after he lost the belt, though. He talking about
that's what I was gonna say. Klitschko ain't had a belt, right?
No, not at the time. Not what you're talking about. I think he's talking about prior to that.
Prior to that, when he had the belt.
Oh yeah, I ain't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, they were supposed to fight in Wilder,
and so what happened?
It didn't happen. So was it Vladimir or was it Wilder?
It was Vitaly.
I don't know. Tell me the details. I don't know about that.
But listen, frequent.
You talking about he was supposed to fight Wilder instead of fighting Fury?
No, it was before the Fury fight.
Yeah, I think it was Vitaly. I thought it was Vitaly was supposed to
fight.
All
right, but frequent, right? Frequent, right? Are you trying to tell me you're not aware of Al Heyman and how he manages his fighters' careers, in particular Deontay Wilder? Be honest right now. You know how Al Heyman gives it up. You know what he do,
bro. Al Heyman. I don't know why y'all keep saying that, but Al Heyman is just an advisor. He's not a manager.
Right,
bro. Can I tell you something, frequent?
Oh my God, bro! You know Al Heyman get busy.
You know Al Heyman owned the PBC, right?
No, he don't own the PBC. He's part owner of the PBC.
Okay.
Yes, he
does. He's part owner of the PBC. Him and Floyd Mayweather together made PBC.
So being part owner makes you an owner.
Yeah, being an owner don't make you a manager though.
Yeah, but you know that's like Al and Javante. Everybody knows Al is pulling the strings for Javante, bro. The same way he's pulling the strings for Javante. Okay, you can get away with that. I'm not going to argue that because we can look it up and find out that that's actually what his title is. But we know that he does a little bit more than advising. We know he actually structures and execute game plans on making fighters who they are. We know that. You know he does that for Javante, and we for sure know he's been doing that for Deontay, bro.
Oh, okay. So
Deontay get a fight against somebody with 39 losses, bro. How does that happen?
Okay, so Floyd Mayweather's the other half of the PBC. So what's Floyd Mayweather to Javante then?
Are you trying to?
He's stuck now, huh?
You trying to push this over to Floyd? You trying to push this over on Floyd?
No, what I'm saying is I'm trying to show and prove to you that Al Heyman is just the advisor because Floyd Mayweather was moving Javante first. You know what I'm saying? And then when Javante separated himself from him, he said he kept the same advisory in Al Heyman and kept Leonard Ellaby as who's Leonard Ellaby? His promoter?
Exactly. Yeah. No.
His promoter?
No. He's a manager.
A manager?
He's his do boy.
Yeah. He's the manager.
Yeah, so Tank said that he wasn't going nowhere. He was still working with Leonard Ellerby. So if anything, Ellerby would be his manager, not Al Heyman. Al Heyman is the advisor.
But
just like he did with Floyd.
You do know a promoter and a manager have different titles, right?
A promoter and yeah, you said he's his manager.
Ooh, I didn't
and
say
not his promoter.
I said he's his promoter.
No, Leonard Ellerby?
No. Al Heyman.
So now you're saying Al Heyman is his promoter?
I said that, yeah. He's the owner of the promotional company. What does that make him?
Well, I don't know. This is a little bit of a gray area because I think it's somebody else who's his promoter. Isn't Tom Brown the promoter of Devontae?
No, his manager is something Ian Land Microsoft.
Yeah, Lauren somebody is his manager.
That's his
promoter. The promoter is TGB, is Tom Brown. Al Heyman does supposedly operate as an advisor. He does supposedly operate as an advisor to Gervonta Tank Davis. But I mean, I'm just saying it's like the Kaiser Soze thing. We all know that Al Heyman is the mastermind. We know he's the brains. We know that. Everybody knows he's the brains, bro. You know that, frequent.
But listen, Floyd Mayweather used to be his promoter, right? But he got rid of Floyd Mayweather and he started GTD Promotions, right? So he got his own promotional company. It's not Al Heyman or.
Why do you think it's still under the PBC, right?
Yeah, but what are they fighting under?
Right. What umbrella are they under? So then they're getting promoted by the PBC.
Al Heyman is his advisor. Right. Yeah, all of the PBC fighters have Al Heyman as an advisor.
Okay, I
knows he has a piece of information that none of us can't change. He knows this, right? He understands that we cannot refute that he's the advisor. But he also knows he won't let it go. He also knows that Al Heyman is the brain and that Leonard Ellerby is the pinky. You know what I'm saying? You know it.
Watch this.
So you saying they make all the decisions for Gervonta Tank Davis? That's what you telling me?
Bring up Tank, man. Yo.
That's what a manager would do. That's what
went from Wilder to Tank.
Listen, what they doing for Tank is what they doing for Deontay. Right. What they've done for Deontay.
Right.
How about that?
Advise him. So I heard that they didn't want him to do the thing with Saudi, but he went and did it anyway. If that was his manager, he wouldn't be able to do it though, right? If they really had control over him.
You're right, bro. The advisor portion of what you're saying, it has like factual merit. It has merit what you're saying. You know what I mean? We're not going to fight that. There is merit there. But you know as well as I do that Al Heyman is the brains. He makes the moves. His advice is like the mafia. When the mafia says, I got to give you a deal that you can't refuse, Al's like that. Like, yo, Al's not like sign on paper. Like,
so you saying what Al say, they can't go against what Al say.
They can go against it. They can go against it, but they acknowledge his intelligence. They acknowledge how smart he is. So when he advises them to do something, they're very likely to do it because it makes them more money.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. That's what a good advisor do, right?
Hold on, simple terms.
All right, so Al Heyman advised Deontay Wilder to not fight, Al Heyman advised Deontay Wilder to fire Lou DiBella. And why did he do it? Because he's playing chess. The chess move is this dude's trying to get you to sign to do a fight. And probably, let's be honest, I'll give Deontay Wilder credit and say, I bet you Deontay was a little interested in the fight. He was like, you know what? I want to make this happen. So what happened? Let's get rid of the dude, Lou DiBella. Let's get him out the way.
Wait, you saying that? Let me get this straight, because you might have just misspoke just now. Are you you said that Al Heyman advised Deontay Wilder to get rid of Lou DiBella? That's what you just said. Is that what you meant to say?
I think it's very reasonable to say that. I'm not saying that for a fact because I don't know that for a fact, but I'm saying it's very reasonable. Listen, Lou DiBella got fired.
To say that would be saying. Listen, to say that would be saying that Deontay Wilder didn't want to fight. That's what you really believe? After going there, chasing AJ all of that time, you think he really didn't want to fight?
Bro, I mean, I'm be honest with you, right? What you're saying
My hands are up in the air if you say yes to this, bro.
Listen. if that's the case, then that's even deeper, right? That's Deontay Wilder really did duck Anthony Joshua, right? What I'm saying to you is this. I'm not saying that. This is what I'm saying to you. Did Lou DiBella get fired by Deontay Wilder? Yes or no?
I guess he did. I don't know.
Okay. He got fired by Deontay Wilder. Okay. Now, did Lou DiBella have a contract?
Y'all saying he got fired because of that.
All right, let me say it like this. How about like this? If Lou DiBella got fired by Deontay Wilder, and at the same time he got fired by Deontay Wilder, there was a contract that Lou DiBella held in his hand for Deontay Wilder to make $50 million to fight Anthony Joshua. What would you say would be the reason that he fired
Bro,
Lou DiBella?
You bringing up scenarios that ain't true. So you saying when he fired him, he had a contract in his hand. He had the contract for AJ to make the AJ fight in his hand, and he fired him. Come on, bro.
I'm not saying it was in his hand. I'm saying physically in his hand, like in his face, and he was like, "Yo, here's the contract." He was like, "You know what? You're fired." I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying Lou DiBella clearly had a deal for Deontay Wilder on the table. Why didn't Deontay Wilder entertain
I feel like this. I feel like this a false narrative, bro.
We're gonna do this all night. I already see what you about to do.
I really do, bro.
That's what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do. Look. Frequent, you win. Okay, it's over. Now let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on because we're not gonna get nowhere with this, Deon. I told you already, man. You got 20/20 vision with your heart, and right now you foggy. Listen, frequent fly.
Bro, I was here for this whole Wilder AJ thing, man. Everybody wanted it. I was there, man. Can't nobody tell me nothing different happened from what I saw, bro.
Yeah. All right,
following this whole thing.
Look, we moving on. We moving on.
My hands in there.
I think we did. Look, I'm actually falling asleep listening to this. This is like the Shakur fight right now, Frequent. I don't no more.
Right. That's what it is, bro. That's a good comparison. That's what this is. Frequent just dancing around the ring. Now, anything else you guys want to cover, or where we at, man?
I think we.
Hey, I'm good. Hey, man, Claymore and all three of y'all. Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt, man.
Salute.
No doubt.
Salute, bro.
Man. Thanks for coming up.
Definitely.
Yo, he's very knowledgeable. That's why I was talking to him in the chat when I was talking to him earlier. I was getting at him because I knew he was saying what he was like, what he meant. I knew exactly what he meant, and I was like, yo, we would definitely touch on that. So I definitely respect his boxing knowledge because he was definitely hitting points. You know what I mean? I think I only corrected one, but for the most part, yo, he was in there cooking. I was watching him.
For sure.
Yeah. As far as Frequent, bro, stop letting me down, man. You supposed to be Haney's clan. Like, you taking L's over here. Like, what's going on, bro? Don't talk about Wilder. Don't bring up Wilder. Don't cross that street. The training already went past. Guys, let it go.
It's about that time, man. It's about that time, bro.
It's late.
You know what I mean?
My eyes are hurting.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There it is right there. You know what I mean? There it is. So, so listen, I appreciate everybody hanging back with us. Yes. You know, we was on for about 3 hours. We OD'd. We went all the way. You know what I'm saying? We took it to the max. Thanks for everybody hanging back with us. You know what I'm saying? Check out. I'm going to make this a better. Tomorrow. I'm still working on the time that we do. We were going for like 3 hours. I know that or more.
Yeah.
But I'm going to schedule these lives a little bit more strategically. So look out for the alerts. You know what I'm saying? Guys, if you're not subscribed, hit the alert button, but I'm pretty sure everybody in here subscribed. And we'll make this a little bit more strategic in our timing and get better at this. But I appreciate you guys for supporting. Ray, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Share it, talk about it, bring it up. I'm the co-host of the live.
Sure.
I come to bring as much as I can knowledgeable. If I can't, I try to bring any type of arguments or anything of that nature that I see publicly that's put out there, so I can bring some common sense to things and also throw some things, so some rings in the hat, see where they land at the end of the day. Frequent's our cousin, like distant cousin. Y'all can see, like, you know what I mean?
Early.
Yeah. He way out there. Like,
don't judge Frequent by
I appreciate y'all for letting me come up here and talk with y'all, bro.
But he does his thing. You know what I mean? He does know his stuff. He just likes to have some fun while he's doing it. And he makes
he was having fun tonight. Trust me.
Yeah. He knows his stuff. But at the end of the day, it's all great news, man. It's just listen, like, share, comment. You know what I mean? Let us know how the show's going because we want to keep this going. and give y'all some real box talk. And we like this little hour. I mean, we went an hour and a half, but we like this little hour, 2 hours. No, I'm talking about commentating. Like we want people to jump on. You know what I mean? We want to give an hour of that in the show. We already discussed that because we think that's good for the business. But we do want to bring news and stuff like that at the end of the day, and make sure that we're bringing all the attention to boxing, not to fan base of boxing. Like, we're not bringing that like the whole fanboy thing to the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact, man.
So salute to everybody. Have a blessed night. Well, it's the morning now, y'all. It's like 12:35 where I'm at.
It's probably
same over here, man.
I'm right by you. What are you talking about? About an hour and a half.
We're all about inside of 2 hours away from each other. 2 hours or something away from each other. But but salute to you guys, man. We're gonna let it go at that point, man. It's your boy Claymore Rain. It's your boy Ray Davis. It's your boy Freaking Flyer. And this is the ATP Combat Media Show. Salute.
Peace.
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 They hate when you elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. The second of losses,